Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of Red Dead Redemption 2, and what will surely be the header image for this episode, because I am frequently struck by how gorgeous this game is, and I just never know what we're going to see, but usually it's Arthur sitting on the back of his horse, or washing his hands in a nearby creek, or, I don't know, waking up. This is a new one, and I love it. This is so... I just really love the way that this game looks. As soon as we move the stick, I think that we can get him roused up, and I am going to make the controversial decision to take a quick look into his journal again, because they keep saying, like, journal updated, but I am so far behind, and then I don't want to spend a lot of time paging through it. Okay, let's just see. Okay, I think this is where we left off. However, I'm going to go back just a couple pages here. Deer. I remember the deer. Robbery and dreams. Okay, yeah, that seemed like the end of the Coulter chapter. So let's scroll ahead here. It's 4 p.m. I noticed when we jumped in, so... Oh, whoops. Darn it. Hold on. I went by chapter. That's another thing. It allows you to skip ahead, but also it has a tendency to make it very easy to skip ahead. So let's just take a quick look here. And if I realize that we've read this, we might jump forward. Finally, a thaw in this god-awful weather. We got off the mountain and rode east into some pretty enough country called the Heartlands. Ain't been this far east in many a year. Hosea seems to know the country a little. Ain't been much of a spring. Now holed up at a place called Horseshoe Overlook outside some dumpy little cattle town named Valentine. All right, very carefully now. RB. Dutch seems a little better. His eyes are sparkling once more, and I can see he's thinking clearer. I think we all feel a little happier in spite of Blackwater and that whole mess. I really like his artwork. Like, it's simple, but it's so... Like, you can tell who these people are. Like, I don't know that. Uncle, I think that is up top. Headed into Valentine with Uncle and the girls. Girls went scouting out work while Uncle and I, all capitalized, Uncle and I had a few drinks, and he explained more of his theories on existence and barefaced lies about his past. Things took a strange turn. Some fellas seemed to recognize me, or us, from Blackwater. Guess we had been holed up there Guess we had been holed up there too long while Hosea and I scouted the job that never was. I chased the bastard. We let him live. And he nearly fell off a cliff. I spared him and he gave me an ink pen. That's the pen that we carry. Now I remember where that came from. I hope I won't regret my leniency, but I reckon he got the scare of his life. Jimmy Brooks was his name. Okay. I'm trying to back catalog Jimmy Brooks. Hello to Azaric and Tashir. And Azaric, as we go on, which we get our first thing in the game stream autosave. I wanted to touch base with you on Man of Steel, because I feel like we have some similar thoughts. Wild Carrots. Met some old drunk in Valentine, claimed he was a shootist. Seemed more like a clown. Some poor fool was writing a book about him, or trying to. Levin was the name of the writer. Jim Calloway was the killer. Apparently Levin needs more information, asked me to find a few folk who have spent more time in publicity than me, and knew old Jim back when he was a real killer. Their names are Emmett Granger, Flaco Hernandez, Billy Midnight, and Black Bell. Yep, I remember them all. Sounds like a troupe of clowns. We shall see what kinds of people those who want to be famous murderers is. My hopes are not too high. Again, like, that's a simple drawing, but it's damn well better than I can do. Met a lady scientist, Deborah something or other. Seemed to be more mad than sane, but I don't have much frame of reference for scientists. Wanted me to see if I could help her find dinosaur bones and send her the details. Maybe. Yeah, I found 0 dinosaur bones. I don't even know where to look. I'm not sure if there's a way to know where to look. Met Emmett Granger. I cannot think of a single man I've enjoyed seeing dead more than this bastard. Pig shit and hatred, and he still threw a knife at me. There's a picture of a skunk. Colm O'Driscoll slipped through our fingers once more, and I saw my own life slip through mine. That gentle buffoon we kidnapped up in the mountains took us to a cabin. We were planning to kill Colm, but he had just gone elsewhere. We shot a bunch of his boys, and one was about to end my life when Kieran shot him. This feud is bled out from Dutch and Colm's mutual hatred into a loathing that permeates all of us and all of them. Still, I found quite a shotgun in the cabin. Couple horses. Couple other animals. Took a day off and went hunting with Hosea. He really seems to be getting his strength back a bunch, although he was lucky not to die as this big bear he'd been after turned on us. I thought when we was stuck up in the mountains that the cold and the misery would kill him, and we'd bury him like we buried Jenny and Davy. But he pulled through, and he'll live a while yet. We're not going to read, obviously, this whole thing, but this is all some of the missions that we did at the time. I love Dutch like a father, but in many ways, I love Hosea even more. He's kind and fair, and like a human being. Dutch is something else. This bear was also something else. Size of a goddamn hotel it was, and mean with it. There he is. Golden. Okay, that's us learning about some stuff. Oh, check her out. Black Belle, what a woman. If she was younger and I was in the market for a woman to go killing with, what a pair we would have made. She told me old boy Calloway was a poser and a liar. Big surprise. All right, there's some milkweed. Herr Strauss is back lending money, and I'm back collecting it. His work mostly revolts me and shames me. Somehow, robbing people honestly with a gun and fists is less repellent than robbing them fully in accordance with the law. It'll be the usual sort of desperados, sick farmers, pregnant maids, lovesick young men, and other dupes, desperate enough and stupid enough to take Strauss's terms. A usurer's life may be a comfortable one, but it is foul work. I have no memory of who Beardo on the right there is. Met a strange guy, thought he was... Oh, I do remember him. Yes, he was like in a river. See, this is why I like the journal, because it's like, oh, right. So let me just catch up on chat real quick, because Patikin is also here. Might as well wait for the next week of Outriders. The full game is out then. Yeah, so Outriders looks like it's going to be a cool deal, and apparently it's not going to be a games as service game. I don't know what it is then, because it sure looks Destiny adjacent, doesn't it? And Azric says, I need to play it to make sure I'm okay with the motion movement of the game, as it favors Gears of War, and I have to know if I'm all right before I purchase the game fully. I wonder and hope if there would be an option to turn off like camera sway, like that roadie run that they did in Gears of War. That would be polite to do. All right, picture of a dog. I do like Arthur's willingness to just like dedicate an entire page to that picture of a dog. Hopefully that's not the one I shot that Patikin really enjoyed doing the clips of. So I do see that here we have a big section marked off as Strauss. Strauss. I went to call in alone some farmer local do-gooder. Think I'd seen him in Valentine before I was fighting that big fella. He begged and coughed and spluttered, and I beat him half to death. Such is life, such is the world. His boy looked at me like I was the devil, and perhaps for him I was. The whole thing confused me. Maybe that's wrong. This whole thing revolted me in my part. These sad, desperate bastards, their silly expectations of life, and their tawdry reality. The unkindness of existence. I can handle that just fine, but I do not love it, nor those who try to make things otherwise, I guess. See, this is, again, this is why I'm reading this, because it gives us some insight into what Arthur is thinking, that he doesn't confide in others. And it's getting very dark now. Wouldn't it be great? You know, it'd be awesome if like we went here and it's so dark that he can't read it. So it was just like dotted out. Saw Mary again. Oh, I remember this. I feel like the luckiest man alive, and I feel like a fool. That woman confuses me and plays me for a fiddle like no one else alive. Her little brother Jamie had joined some religious order and needed saving, or so she and that god-awful daddy seemed to have thought. I took him home, after a pathetic little squabble. Poor boy, wonder what will become of him. Education and unpleasant father have been a terrible curse for him, I fear. I wonder if we're ever going to get anything more about them. That's a question that the game will answer. As for Mary, I trust her will not make such a god-awful fool of myself once more, but somehow I imagine I shall. Well, she got on a train and left, as I recall. Found Flaco Hernandez for that silly book, killed him, not before he killed me a couple times. Bastard jumped out of the way, but I still got him. Didn't seem like the type I was going to befriend anyway. This is a very long chapter. I want to stop. Jose and I went robbing, just like the old days. A father and son pair of clowns at some farmhouse. Stole a wagon, sold it to some rat Hosea had met at some odd place called Emerald Ranch. What goes on there I cannot tell, but this little purchaser of stolen goods had us go rob his own family. Even by my standards, that was low, but the father and son we robbed was proof that even God makes mistakes sometimes. I was knocking at night and we robbed the loathsome bastard blind. True. Valentine. Okay, so let's end on Valentine. That is well more than enough of that for now. Tashir saying, of Outriders, that it is a little weird. It's a campaign and an end game, that's it. But, like, I don't know, it seems like it has so much potential to be more. Okay, so, we are in Saint Denis, which I definitely remembered before I opened this up. I think that I would love to go stop at the saloon, because if you're going to make inroads, actually that's something that Dutch had specifically recommended. I'm completely overlooking where... Oh, there's a saloon. Looks like it's closed. Is there a hotel? Oh, well, but no, that one's also locked off. Okay, well, we'll see what we can explore. So, I sort of like head off this pier that we decided to sleep on. So, in an earlier episode, we were speaking less than obliquely about Man of Steel and the Zack Snyder cut, which, as of this sentence, I still have not seen and therefore have no opinions on. But we were also talking about the first movie that I thought was directed by Christopher Nolan. I don't know why people are suddenly like calling it like a Zack Snyder movie. Maybe he was instrumental in it. I don't know. I don't know the history of this. And I have issues with Man of Steel, but I would like to believe that they are not as straightforward as some people's. Like, I don't object to the idea that Superman might be driven to kill someone, as long as it's not treated like a triumphant moment. And I don't think that it was in that movie. Some of the other things, and this is where, like, Azric comes in. So Azric had sort of sent a quick note in Twitch and was like, hey, I kind of agreed with some of the stuff you were saying, and here's a clip from Man of Steel that I really liked. And again, I'm going to talk a little bit about Man of Steel here. And so if you've not seen the movie... Oh, hold on, we've got something coming up. See, this is going to happen in this game. Something's going to come up. What is happening? Wait, what's happening? Wait, that guy's... He killed someone? No, you have to stop. Can I get him? Okay, that was in the foot, though. Okay, well... Alright, let's go check on the Waynes. Oh, shut up. See, this is... I should have lassoed him. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, that's a grim walk. Okay, we are going to leave him to his business. Wait, what? Whoa, hold on. There's no game audio. Okay, wait. Thank you to Sheer for calling this out. Hold on a second. Isn't it fun when the game suddenly decides to do something completely weird? Hold on just a moment. Fortunately, there's been no dialogue, but we are going to have to alt-tab around here. This might really mess up the frame rate. Apologies, everybody. Hold on. Okay. Can you guys hear this menu moving around now? Can you hear this trolley? Okay. So, thank you guys, and particularly to Tashir for calling that out, because we didn't change anything on this end. Streamlabs loaded an update, but it also did that before the last stream, where, as far as I knew, the audio was working just fine. Thank you to, yeah, Azric is also confirming. Yeah, thank you guys for catching that early. Fortunately, we didn't, it was just me reading from a journal, the way that, you know, the kind that doesn't make any sound. So, Azric had linked to a part in Man of Steel that I think was one of the better things, and boy, it really wants me to be on the other side of the street. And it's one of those things that sort of goes to how it would be handled. So, there's a scene in Man of Steel where Clark Kent is working as a bartender, and some guy gets pretty drunk and decides that he's going to pick a fight with him, and of course, picking a fight with Clark Kent is only going to go exactly as far as he chooses to let it. And in this case, it turned out that he chose to let it go quite a distance. And he got a beer dumped on his head, and he got humiliated, and people were laughing at him. He did not allow himself to get pushed around, but, you know, why... If nothing else, he may not have expected that guy to try to shove him. And that's sort of a question that I've always had about Superman. Have you guys ever walked up to, like, the door of a building that you didn't realize was locked, and you went to pull it open, and then you realize, oh, wait, it's locked? What happens when Superman does that? Doesn't the handle come off, or the door just rips off its hinges, and then he has to, like, push his glasses up onto his nose, like, oh, it must have been dry rot or something, I don't know. That's my best Clark Kent, by the way. And... you know, so that scene is really good, and then he... Wait, hold on. Dialogue.
Stick 'em up, cowboy.
Yeah, real funny, Dutch.
Oh, I thought so. So, here we are in a strange land of papists and rapists. America's very own Gomorrah.
Yeah, cities all look the same to me. So, how you get on?
I've been asking around about Mr. Bronte, and from what I've heard, this establishment is our best lead, but I haven't had any joy in there so far.
So, I should just give it a shot?
I think so. Just keep it cool.
You know me?
I'll meet you back here anon.
Arthur is Mr. Cool. Also, did I mention that I shot someone on the way here?
Funny you should say that.
Well, you know how it is.
Hello?
I told him. I say, that's the state of Lemoyne for you. America's dirty little French secret.
That's why we love it.
Born and raised.
Well,
I'll get you in a second.
not unless we all
All
get
right,
washed
fair enough.
away.
Every year they say that's gonna happen. It ain't happened yet. Let me tell you something. The rest of the states, they lucky to have us. If it wasn't for us, they'd probably have run back to Britain with the tails between their legs at the first sign of trouble.
You got that right.
Now, how can I help? You look like a whiskey man.
Sure.
$1, please.
For a whiskey?
Yeah, no
Oh,
kidding.
That's the real stuff. From Scotland.
Okay. Here, have one for yourself.
Well, thank you.
So, mister, can I ask you a question? You ever hear of a fella by the name of Bronte?
Who's asking?
Me. I'm asking.
No, leave it, friend.
What do you mean, leave it?
Look, I don't know what business you in, but leave it, friend. You and your pal that was in here before.
Hello to Grumpy, by the way.
Bronte? Angelo Bronte? Mr. Big, Mr. Italian spaghetti-eating, long streaker piss big. He makes my skin crawl. I'm so swarthy, a cocksucker. You know what I mean, friend?
Where can I find him?
Oh, well, I reckon you talk to them kids in the alley, they'll know, I guess.
There's
Hey,
a,
friend, You'll be careful now. Immigrants.
Oh, wow. It's much brighter out here than I expected. There's a contestant on Big Brother that was named Bronte. I've never heard the name before that, or until now. So I don't think we'll have a lot of time, but I would... So Tajir was saying that he refers back to Bill's explanation of Superman and Kill Bill Volume 2. Excellent explanation. I have not seen Kill Bill Volume 2. I've seen Volume 1, and I remember that I enjoyed it, and that's about it. So we're looking for kids? I doubt that he means children.
It's really become quite the craze.
So you just walk up to any man with a ring on his finger and turn it 3 times?
Hi there. Have you seen any kids around here?
Oh, yeah. Just through that archway there.
Oh, maybe it is kids. I assumed he meant like young adults, teenagers.
Hey. Hey, you got a cigarette, mister?
Maybe.
Huh?
I'm looking for a fellow named Angelo Bronte. Italian.
I know him. Everyone knows him.
Where is he?
We'll take you to him. What it'll cost?
I reckon I can pay.
$5.
Where's he live? New York?
I'm an entrepreneur. If you don't want to pay, then I don't want to walk.
That's a bad bread. Here.
I tossed him a pack of
This away.
premium
Let's go,
cigarettes.
mister. You coming, Cleet?
They probably would have taken that.
Stay close. Easy to get lost around here. Come on, then. You new to the city, mister?
Pretty much.
Don't worry. No one knows it as good as me and Cleet.
Is that right?
Hope you won't need his services, but you got the doctor on the corner there. Nice enough, fella. That's Baird and Schreiber on the right there. Famous bookstore. Not that I'm much of a reader myself. Now over here's a real piece of art. That's the Church of the Holy Blessed Virgin, mister. Modeled on the famous church in Toulouse, which is in France. You been to Toulouse, mister?
No.
We're Catholics here, mister. Ain't Baptist or nothing.
My mama said they used to burn Protestants and all, but, we all friends now. Isn't that the most beautiful testament to God's love for us all?
Bet they don't have nothing so fine where you come from, mister. Look at them fine
Yeah,
steeples.
100%. I was waiting. No, chase that kid. Where'd he go?
That fellow looks angry.
Shit. Okay. I was waiting for a break in the conversation to say how much I like that kid's accent. He really had that on lock. I don't know where I'm going, by the way. Oh.
I'm being chased by the village idiot.
Yo, Redford. We gotta get after that kid.
You ain't got a chance in hell, slowpoke.
You better stop right now. Bastard got off.
Wait.
Ah, damn street trash. You after that kid? That other shit went that way.
Thanks,
for the
man.
help, friend.
Well, if I was him, I would have gone up this way. But not that.
Keep up.
Where'd he go? Shit. Shit. Arthur. Oh my god, Arthur. This kid's less Ezio and more Arno. What is this? Oh, god damn it. I always choose the wrong one. Yeah, great work. You really snuck your way through that gate.
Just give it up, farm boy.
Get him!
Get back here.
Fun of it. Okay.
Don't you have pigs to feed?
I'll kill you, you thieving bastard.
You're making a fool of yourself.
This is your last
Go!
warning, boy.
Oh my god, Arthur. Where... Dude. Oh, god damn it.
Excuse me.
I'm telling you, a cucumber's definitely a fruit. Since when?
It's been forever. I read it in the newspaper.
Oh, so it must be true. So they tell you your dog's a cat now.
Fellas, you seen a kid come through here? About 14, 15?
Oh, yeah, he ran right to us. Ran around the corner there.
I have no idea if a cucumber is a fruit. I know a tomato is a fruit. Oh! I didn't know that that was a thing. Damn you, physics engine apples.
You give that back!
Oh, so much must be happening in chat, and I'm missing it all because apparently I'm on the infinite sheet.
What's the problem, friend?
Give
Shit.
me my things, boy.
What are you talking about, friend?
I ain't your friend, but that kid is, and he robbed from me. Now give me back my stuff and take me to Angelo Bronte.
Senor Bronte.
That kid was gonna show me before he robbed me. Now, come on.
You new in town, mister?
Come on.
Mr. Bronte's got a lot of friends, mister, but I ain't never seen you.
We ain't friends.
You don't like no one, mister. Mr. Bronte, he's got fine hair. He got a beautiful house, and I am proud to work for him. He got 50 men, mister. Why he gonna care a thing about you?
I just want to speak with him.
I'm sure you do, mister. You and them friends of yours been asking about him all over town. He been mighty disrespected. Bunch of muddy Yankees in town asking questions. Well, you and your friend should pay him a visit, mister. He's got a big house on Flavian Street opposite the park. Hey, yokel. Now, get out of here.
Wait, what was the point of the stick-up if they just told me what I wanted to know and didn't steal all my money?
Oh, sorry about that. Please, you, yes, please, coin, please. Please, a coin? Sir, I want you to have this.
Thanks, friend.
Okay.
It's nice to give
the bottle or
something
the
instead of
poltergeist?
just begging.
Which one?
I hate asking for money like a goddamn worm. Groveling here in the dirt.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that I'm full on whatever that is, so I can't take it. Oh, so Patikin's saying that the cucumber mission, the cucumber conversation is actually pretty funny. I heard that the next thing was going to be something about like if the newspapers told you that your dog was a cat, but then that's as far as that went. So my take on Superman is an effective Superman story is rather different than an effective Batman or Daredevil or Iron Man story because Superman is power incarnate. I personally think that this has gone way too far. Just take a dump all over the sidewalk. But Superman, like, he's not dependent on something like a Green Lantern ring or an Iron Man suit or bat gadgets. He just is. He is an absolute force of nature. He can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and effectively no one can stop him. Although some of the interesting stories about Superman are, you know, examples where people try or are sometimes successful. Because he is so powerful, Superman stories need to focus on something different. A Batman story might be about how smart is he? How can he work out? A Daredevil story might be how deep can he dig within himself. With Green Lantern, his ring is a measure of his will. It can conjure up anything that he can imagine, so long as he has the mental fortitude and the moral integrity to make it happen. So I sort of feel like that's what those stories have to be about. With Superman, he can do anything he wants. So a good Superman story has to center on either infinite power doesn't satisfy all of your needs for human companionship, for your emotional needs. It doesn't keep the people near you safe sometimes when they need it the most. And then also, Superman stories need to be about restraint a little bit, I think, because you have a character that could take the purse snatcher and throw him into the sun, and no one would even miss him or know what had happened. There would be no body to find. So how does Superman deal with the fact that he is capable of doing whatever he wants, but presumably feels a responsibility as a visitor to and guest of Earth in respecting the rights and customs of the world that has allowed him, well, sort of invited him to call it his home. Technically, I don't think that anyone could evict Superman, but he wants to remain on good terms because he's grateful for it, the sanctuary that he's been given.
Getting robbed?
Who by?
Bunch of children.
I won't inquire anymore.
But I found Mr. Bronte. Seems to be some Italian Mr. Big in town. Everybody knows him, but nobody wants to talk about him. Apparently lives in a big house on Flavian Street opposite the park.
Good work.
So what now?
We go pay him a visit. I'll get John, you meet us there. Whatever it takes, we need to get that boy back.
I really like how much Dutch is prioritizing the missing kid. Jack.
I cannot decide which I like less. The swamps or the city. Both are full of parasites, reptiles, and slime. We're a long way east to land we know, and far from real open country.
Okay, probably the time trial one, but what else did I miss here? Catch the street urchin before he reaches the market. I tried! You saw that lasso throw. I was just bad at it. And then there's the time limit, which probably, I doubt that you can do it within 5 minutes and 30 seconds unless you also get 0.1 there. Then again, Arthur just decided to get caught up on any amount of geometry. Not just the apples, but like stair steps and all sorts of other stuff. I would like to visit the fence if I could. I just have to figure out a way to get over there.
Hey, what can I do for you?
So, anyway, and I did see that Azaric has stepped out. Hopefully he will be back soon. The scene that Azaric showed of, like, Superman getting the beer dumped on his head, I like that. And the fact that Superman also did lose his temper, and he went outside in Man of Steel, and he completely wrecked this dude's truck.
Ah, monsieur, welcome. It may seem cluttered, but I guarantee you'll find treasures should you look for them.
Oh, this is the guy from the benchmark. I've seen this guy a lot. Sell.
Sure, I'll take a look.
All right, we're not selling any of the cards. We are selling the pocket watch.
Ask where it came from.
Oh, that, and...
Look at what you can find hiding in the gutter.
And so, in terms of, like, what that scene means... Oh, gold nugget. Is there any reason? Yeah, there's no reason for me to carry this around. $25. Let's sell it. Yeah, I gotta make up for the $2 that I lost to those street urchins. All right, let me see if he's got anything to craft or buy.
Something in mind. All I need are the right materials.
Nope, nothing here. And then buy. Oh, hold on. Why are these locked? I want a machete.
Okay.
Ugh. I do need to be a lot better about pulling up my mask when I'm doing crime, though.
I won't ask too many questions about its previous ownership.
I wonder if the outside of this building is anything like it is in the benchmark.
Thank you. Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what it's like. I don't remember the Armstrong-Pearson rope thing, though. Oh, wow. Oh, hold on, there's a stranger.
Look out!
Sorry, excuse me, everybody.
Hello again. That was quick.
Alms for the poor. You, kind sir. Will you help the poor?
I ain't so kind.
Yes, you are, sir. You have it in you, I can tell.
I'm a nasty bit of work, Father.
You're wrong on 2 counts, sir. I'm a humble brother, a penitent monk, not a priest, and you're a magnificent bit of work. You may have made some poor choices, but which of us hasn't?
You have no idea.
But you do. And God does, and that's enough for me and for him.
We shall see.
That we shall, sir. But why don't you hedge your bets and give 2 bits to the poor? There are so many who will go hungry tonight.
Sure.
Bless you, sir.
How you getting on, anyhow?
These are a somewhat apathetic lot, I'm afraid.
My mentor says that America is designed to induce apathy in people.
It's a wonderful insight. He must be a wise man, your mentor.
Well, sometimes he's a downright fool, but, well, usually he's the best man I know.
That's wonderful. The thing is, well, poverty will always be with us. But slavery, I thought we had banished that. But Saint Denis is acting as a staging post for shipping slaves out to some of the islands.
I don't believe you. It's 1899.
Maybe you should take a look for yourself. I've heard that the pawnbroker down the block around the corner, the one with the green door, well, they say he sells more than forlorn trinkets.
Oh, does
Help the
he?
poor.
I think I'm going to get some of my cash back. And a few of his internal organs.
Made to measure. Back
So
off.
very interesting.
There's no way to, like, subtly brush past NPCs in games, unless you're playing some of the early Assassin's Creed games. Then they had a dedicated button for it.
Hi there, mister. Feel free to browse.
Shall do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick look around if you don't mind. Okay.
You timed it well. Some quality pieces in at the moment. Looking for anything in particular? Got a few paintings over there. Something for the wife, maybe?
Vanity, all is vanity.
Well, you just let me know if I can help at all.
Now, let's also leave room for the idea that the person was lying. The monk. Like, we met him 3 minutes ago. Let's not take him as being a perfect source of the truth. But if there's even a chance... Really, you can't open up this, what would you call this? I'd call it an armoire? Or maybe a wardrobe? Oh, wait, there's something... Oh, look on the ground. Yeah, this thing hinges.
Nothing much back there, I'm afraid. Just a few old books.
Hello to club.
Something don't seem right.
Sir, what are you doing back there?
What's back here? Looks like this pulls out or something.
Pulls out? No, it's just an old bookcase. Seen better days.
This is not the guy that was in here
You're
before.
acting very strange.
How about you open that door?
Door? What door?
The hidden door. Or I'll open the hidden door in your chest.
They made me do it. I was always good to them, but they forced me to do it, sir. I swear.
Open the door, now!
Oh, okay. Okay, just pull the big red book on the bookshelf. It's called The Scourge of Crossbreeding by Harold McDougall.
Okay. How about you pull that book? I don't know why Arthur's going to do this himself. It seems like that man currently has two hands with which he could pull the book. Oh, Club is having movie night. I hope you have a great time.
Hello? Shh, cállate, cállate.
I don't know why we're going down here with that guy. He could just lock us down here.
Hello? Por favor, ayúdanos. Help, please. Help, please.
Please, I'm on your side. It's gonna be okay.
¿Quién eres?
Now don't worry. I'm on your side.
Return of the Monk. I feel like we're not done here.
Señor, muchas gracias.
Come with me. Don't worry. You're gonna be all right now. I promise. That's it. Come on. You'll be safe soon.
Oh, wait, no! Wait. Oh, no! There was an option to give cash to captives. Oh, why? Oh! Can I reload from checkpoint? Stop. Can I... Shit. Hold on. Fuck. Wait, serious question. Does anybody know if there's a way to give... Go ahead and reload, but where do you... Okay, I'll tell you what. Shit. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I cannot save it, so... What is this, 1748? This is 10 minutes ago. Shit. So if I fail the mission, then it'll let me reload. Is there like a suicide button? Damn it. Boy, that's disappointing. Crap. Can I... Nope. I can't give it to them now. This sucks. It didn't occur to me that there would be a separate... Yeah, I got negative points for that, but that's not... Like, like... Shit. I'm trying to brainstorm any way to fail the mission so that then it would reload from whatever the last checkpoint is. Like, I don't want to kill the slaves because then that might not that might not reset the mission, and then I've got 2 dead slaves. This is very frustrating. Shit. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to eat it, I guess. I cannot overstate how little... I didn't even see how much money that was. That money meant nothing to me, and it would have meant a lot to them.
This way. Not much farther. Poor bastards.
No. I thought maybe if I disturbed the peace a little bit, it might fail the mission.
Just keep away! Get the hell away from me! I won't forget this sight. Help me out, will you?
You name it, I can work with it.
Can someone help?
I guess news of my activities has preceded me from around the corner. Even the chicken is running away.
Brother
Dorkin's friend.
Arthur Morgan. Come on. You were right. I found these two imprisoned in that shop.
Oh my. That's... Well, they are blessed to have met you, Arthur.
Trust me, in that they're very unusual. I don't think they speak much English.
My brothers, come. Let's go get something to eat. Manger. Comida, please.
Hey, you forgot this?
Oh. Yes. Thank you. Here. Payment.
No.
For your services.
No.
I could not
No.
have freed these men myself.
Arthur, give to the poor.
Give it to the poor, brother.
Thank you. I will. Like I said, magnificent. Come on. Come. Come see me again sometime. I often work at the old church on Gasper Street in St. Francis.
So this was a mission I could replay, although it wouldn't count. Find the captives without threatening the store owner. I don't know how I would have done that. And then, like, complete more quickly. Well, once you know what to do, you could probably do that pretty quickly. Oh, hold on. There's another stranger mission right over here. Yeah, see, Dutch is all about prioritizing Jack. I am all about doing all of the missions. We might have to go around to the other side of the building.
Hey, buy me a drink, mon ami, huh?
Sure, what you want?
Brandy.
2 brandies, bud.
It's $2 a glass.
Oh, better be good then.
It's the best.
Thank you. Santé. It's quite a country you're building here, eh?
Well, me personally?
I don't know. What do you do?
Mostly, I just shoot people.
Oh, how very American of you. I love it.
What do you do?
Oh, mostly I pose, I show off, I complain.
Oh, how very French.
I know. I am ridiculous. I have been all over the world. I have seen the sights, and I have discovered the one eternal truth that I am a pies, how do you say, all ass.
Asshole?
That too. That too.
Well, at least you have some self-knowledge. Where were you on your journey?
All the civilized world. Painting my little pictures, meeting the locals, you know.
You a painter?
No, I'm a whole ass. I thought we had covered this.
Yeah, but you paint.
Not according to salons at Paris. No, according to them, I cannot draw, I cannot paint, and I should go away. And so I went away.
You miss Paris?
That smelly, filthy place with old buildings and ghosts and shit and French people. I have that right here.
I guess so.
You know,
Arthur.
Charles. You know, Arthur? Don't believe in art. It's lies. Believe in women. They're the truth. Art is lies, but the vagina, that is truth. Breasts is truth. Art, it's for idiots.
If you say so.
Trust me, I've tried both. One is better. Much better. So, I must be boring you. But, here.
What is it?
It's just a little doodle. You know, entirely worthless unless you want to wipe your bottom with it. But I wanted to say thank you for the drinks.
Well, that's very kind, Charles.
No matter.
Good meeting you.
If no one else will buy me a drink, I will go.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Yep. Okay, that seems to do away with all of the strangers in the area. So, the whole wind-up there was just that scene in Man of Steel to show the level of restraint that Clark is capable of exhibiting And then when he sort of like, yeah. What I liked about it is that it showed that he was still young. That he did have a temper. That he is human. He does have, he does get mad. He doesn't like being disrespected. He doesn't like being mocked. And even if he's not prepared to ball that bully up in the bar and throw him out like a tin can, he does get his retribution. And I thought that aspect of that scene was well done. I would have liked to see it pay off a little bit further down the line, with some sort of acknowledgement of Clark having a temper or losing his temper and something bad happening, and then sort of redoubling his dedication to being in control. There's a great moment from Justice League Unlimited, which I will talk about once we're not face to face with a stranger mission. Tashir, by the way, was saying that I didn't miss much by not giving money to the poor, or to the slaves, freed slaves, but I wanted to. I know some people, I have a friend who straight up would have reloaded, would have replayed 10 minutes of content because he would have been so bothered by that. For me, I'm just going to pretend in my head as far as what happened, because it is irritating to me that I was blocked by a lack of imagination by the developer that somebody might press the wrong button and then want to change their mind.
What?
Listen, bit of a weird question, but do you know where I might find some moonshine?
What?
Moonshine. Strong liquor. Over-strong.
Wow, you want to get over-drunk?
No, it's not for drinking.
What is it for?
Oh, I just need some.
Well, as luck would have it, you are in the legal hooch capital of America. There's plenty of real booze here. But for shine, well, I'm guessing you'd need to go out into the woods. I mean, I know you'd have to go out into the woods.
Now listen, I don't need that much.
How much?
About 100 gallons to
Of
do it.
shine?
Yes, thereabouts.
Why?
Oh, all right, I'm trying. I'm building a machine. A machine of love.
100 gallons of hooch and love's gonna come pretty cheap.
Please, friend. I'll pay. Just bring it here. It's for a good cause.
Well, if anyone knows who's moving that kind of shine, it'll be that stagecoach guy in Rhodes.
Talk to Alden at Rhodes Station. Okay. By the way, speaking of the Snyderverse, I think we just encountered Jesse Eisenberg's version of Lex Luthor. This guy? Yeah. I always do the side content first.
Howdy, friend.
So, at the very end of Justice League Unlimited, this is the cartoon show. I'm going to spoil something that happens at the end of it. Darkseid shows up, and Darkseid is doing a full-on invasion of Earth, and the Justice League and all of their varied associates come together to try to stop him, and Darkseid is winning. Darkseid is sort of pulling away, and it's a cartoon show, so I don't think there's a lot of superhero deaths, but there's a lot of violence and so forth that is sort of implied off screen. This was on Cartoon Network, so you're gonna cut it some slack. Also, I really need to feed Redfield here.
It's okay, girl.
Redford? There we go. And after a particularly sort of tense moment between Darkseid and Batman, where Batman becomes, by the way, the first person to ever dodge Darkseid's Omega Beam, or whatever is that zigzag vision that he has. Superman gets up from his latest receiving of a punch, and he dusts himself off and says, and I'm not going to do this the way that Tim Daly does it, but he says, in effect, his whole life, he says, my whole life, I've lived in a world of cardboard and styrofoam where I have to be ultra careful all of the time that if I ever slip up, if I ever make a mistake, someone could get hurt, someone could get killed. And I've always had to live my life as though I'm walking on thin ice and eggshells.
You can see.
But you can take it, can't you, big man? So maybe it's time I show you just how strong I really am. And Superman hauls off and punches Darkseid with all of his might. And the punch itself is incidental. What I liked about that scene was Superman giving us his vision of Earth, because when you're young, you don't really think about it that much. Oh, Superman can fly and he's strong and he helps people and he can do all this cool stuff. What you don't think about is if Superman like messes up moving a couch, he can like crush someone to death because he just pushes it a little bit too hard. He has to be really careful. There was a much, much, much lighter version of this at the very beginning of the Supergirl series, where Supergirl went to like unstick like a stuck boat and it cracked in half because she just wasn't careful enough, and she's very, very strong, and that doesn't get acknowledged very often. And that was a great scene where Superman opened up a little bit about how exhausting it is to live in a world where everything is so fragile. And I think that that's a very important aspect of Superman as well. Hold on a second. I paused it so that I could go.
Come on. Okay, fine. I know this doesn't look good, but I swear I didn't do nothing wrong.
I don't care.
All right.
God,
Second time's the charm.
I can't believe it. Oh, I thought they were never coming off this time. Listen, buddy, I ain't got a red cent for you, and I feel terrible. But I did overhear something of interest. You know Ansburg? Well, some la-di-da rich folks bought up a little cabin up north of there. Very remote. You get me?
What, I look the type for all that, huh?
That's up to you, friend.
So you're saying that he needs to see this. It's on YouTube. It's very easy to find. You know, Superman versus Darkseid, Justice League Unlimited, something like that. You won't have any difficulty finding it. I need to remember how to brush my horse. Oh, that was feed. And yeah, what I like about it is mostly the dialogue. Man of Steel has so many things in it that it's like it knows what a good idea is and then chooses other things. Here's an example. Zod at one point mocks Clark, or Kal-El, or whatever we're going to call him for this, and he says, something to the effect of, I've spent my entire life fighting in defense of Krypton. Or training to fight in defense of Krypton. Where did you train? On a farm? And that's a really good point. Superman has no combat training because he's never needed any. He just does what he needs to. It came up a couple times in Smallville, of all things, that every once in a while, for dramatic reasons, Clark Kent would be stripped of his powers, and he would have to do something the way that a normal human would be, and he was kind of whiny about it. Like, oh, it hurts. I have to climb through this duct. It's hot and sweaty, and I don't like being in here. And it's like, yeah, Clark, that's the way everyone else feels all the time when they have to, like, put effort into something. And I like that. I like when it is acknowledged that Superman lives in a world where, like, he has to focus on not trying, because if he tries, if he puts effort behind something, it can be too much effort. And that's a neat part of that character. And I like it in Man of Steel when he wrecks that guy's truck because he's mad. What I don't like is that there's no callback later to that where he gets mad and fails to show restraint or something. And I don't know, maybe that's what we're supposed to take from the climax of the movie when he snaps Zod's neck, although that felt like it was an act of desperation. And by the way, a real lack of imagination. Like, does anybody know, I don't remember, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. Is there a reason that Superman doesn't do the Hancock of it all and just fly straight up? Hey, dumbass, why don't you just fly straight up? Grab Zod and fly straight up, and then he can't shoot that very stupid family. They're terrified. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying that I would do better in that situation either, but
as a sign of respect to our Creator, we pay respect to the dead.
Hold on, I want to see if I can interact with this
Father,
person.
What do we say about a man who lost his way so awfully?
Sorry, I don't think that's how you step over a fence, Arthur, by putting your foot on the pointy part.
Rustling horses with a misguided gang of killers.
Tell us straight, Father.
Sir, we're in a moment of grief.
Okay. Am I just being invited to leave, then? Is that it?
A brave man, undone by pride, doomed to a life of sin and vice. Let us pray for this man, O Father. Provide him mercy. Amen.
I think nobody else came to this funeral. I might as well pay my respects. I don't know this person. So should I greet him now? Is that done?
Hello, mister.
Hello?
Oh, okay. That's it. So Tashir actually meant the entire series. I will say that I liked it at the time. So it starts off with Justice League, which was... So Justice League was an interesting show to have as a cartoon because first of all, for the first season, pretty much every episode was a two-parter, because they had really big stories that they wanted to tell. And secondly, it was developed by Paul Dini, who has a very clear idea on these characters and how they should interact and how to develop their relationships as they go. It's not an anime series, right? It wasn't designed with a clear vision of where it would be in season 5, so it doesn't have stuff like that. But it has a stronger sense of continuity than a lot of cartoon shows of its era.
Interested in a good read?
Sure.
Thanks. Have a great day.
All right, can I inspect document, or do I have to go into my satchel? All right, so let's read whatever the top story is. The feud between old plantation families, the Grays and the Braithwaites, began almost a century ago and has come to a head on the streets of Rhodes in a bloody shootout. Most of the Gray family, including Sheriff Lee Gray, perished in the ambush as the streets pooled with blood. Witnesses at the scene of the battle say bodies littered the streets. Soon after, apparently in bitter reprisal, several men stormed Braithwaite Manor, executing everyone inside. The historic plantation house was then burned to the ground. The fire could be seen for miles as locals rushed to the scene to find out what had happened. Officials do not know how many perished and will need to spend several days searching the ruins to determine the exact number. Almost all of the Braithwaite family are believed dead, although some family members remain unaccounted for and some were believed out of town. Telegraphic and telephone communication erupted in the hours afterwards as friends and loved ones reached out to find out what had transpired. Services for the dead will be held in the coming days. Oh, maybe that's the funeral that we just saw. I just thought it was like some person. Oh, you know what I need? I need gun oil. My guns are not in good condition. And then after Justice League, I think Justice League had 2 seasons, and then they opened up with Justice League Unlimited. And Justice League Unlimited has one of my favorite sort of superhero stories that they've done.
Think about laying hands on me again, it's gonna end bloody for you.
Literally never laid my hands on him. Okay, wait. Okay, we're going to do a couple things. First of all, let me customize. If there's anything I want to customize. Okay, I don't know what that means. Double action revolver. Clean weapon. Yeah, so that's one of the things I want to do. Okay, so why buy...
If you're serious about your shooting, you'll want to add sights to your gun.
I might just do that. Let's just see if we can... Is that good? Do I want a long barrel? Oh, yes, I do, because it increases accuracy. All right, let's do that.
Sure.
And let's do the rifling. And the iron sights. Sure.
You'll appreciate the improvement.
But I will. Now, styles I don't really care about, but ammunition...
Always good to have
high
a full
velocity.
stock on ammunition.
300 rounds sounds like enough. Also, what is this? Express. I have no idea what express bullets are, but let's get 300 rounds of that. Thing is, I got cash. I got cash and a means to use them. Alright, so the carbine repeater. Clean that.
Well, if that gun ain't shining, glad you take care of what's yours.
Alright, we already did. I think we did a lot of upgrades on this gun, but I'm going to take a quick look. Yeah, we got the short scope on there. The stock is probably... it doesn't make too much difference. And then the wrap, I think we're good on that. Styles and ammunition. So, the high-velocity repeater cartridges. Let's get a bunch of those. And get a bunch of these. And, yeah.
Got enough rounds for it.
Boy, compared to the characters in The Last of Us,
I can rifle the barrel for you.
it sure is nice to have a character that can have as much ammunition as he wants.
That's a wise investment.
Huh, do I want a scope on this? I'm not sure. Let's do it.
You'll notice the difference.
So, is the scope mutually exclusive with the iron sights? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, okay, so you get to have both. And then the stock. Kind of like that
That'll
one.
help, I'm sure.
And the wrap I don't care about. Styles and ammunition.
Always
Nope.
good
So
to have a
this
full
I'm all
stock
set on, because that
ammunition.
uses the same ammo. The varmint rifle. Yeah, I really want to shoot like a
That gun
rabbit with
seems to be
this.
well taken care of.
Whoops.
Interested in a stock? Could put some carbons on it too.
All right, I don't know that I want to do... yeah, medium scope on the varmint rifle. Am I ever going to be far enough away from a rabbit or whatever that I need that? I guess I'll put it on. And I don't care about that right now. Nope, that's good. And then the ammunition.
Make sure you got enough rounds for it.
Yeah, might as well max that out. Okay, let's not do every single weapon in the world. Let's take a look at some of the weapons that I use a lot, like the double-barreled shotgun. I have not done this at all. I also want to clean... I do want to clean all the weapons.
Glad you take care of what's
So I'm
yours.
going to get that. And then the
Weapon's only as
length.
good as its stock.
Upgrade
Got some fine
that.
ones cut just for it.
Iron sights, which, yep, that ups the accuracy even a little bit. And this I don't care about, and the wrap. I'll put that on. Can I change the style, though? I'm not really a fan of the brand new leather looking. Rather have it a little bit more weathered. Shells and slugs. All right, well, we'll put on what we can. Patikin saying, watch out, people. Angel's got cash. Wait, you can do an upgrade on the... oh, no, it's just styles. All right, let me just see if anything else needs cleaning.
That gun seems to be
That
well
one's all
taken
set.
care of.
Sawed-off shotgun. I don't think I ever used the sawed-off shotgun.
Well, if that gun ain't shining,
Now,
glad you take care of what's
we also
yours.
have a rare rolling block rifle. I don't know. I don't see that in here. I don't know if I can upgrade it. All right, let me do this one as well because I do like the bolt action rifle. We'll do the
I can put some
rifling.
shots on that if you're interested.
Yeah, so if you are in any way familiar with the story of Injustice,
That'll help,
that
I'm
same
sure.
concept was touched on in, I think, a 2-part episode of Justice League. I don't remember if it was Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, but either way, it was super cool. I really like that episode. And in particular, I'm just going to say one thing about it. In particular, it introduces a new suit for Superman that is monochromatic. It's it's black and white, so that's not monochromatic, but it is it's completely desaturated of all color. It is purely black and white. And what I liked about it was what it communicated about this Superman's vision of justice, that it's absolutely black and white. All gradations of righteousness have been leached from this character, and now he is made entirely of certitude. He knows that he is correct and that what he wants to do will be the correct way. And I really liked that idea of sort of like a Justice League that becomes domineering. They also had some rather clever bites at the Iraq War, of all things. Not in that particular episode, but I do remember in Justice League there being rather pronounced disagreement between, I think it was Superman and Green Arrow at one point, where Superman was saying, you know, we know what they're doing. We should just go take them on. And Green Arrow replying rather cuttingly, if we're so confident what they're doing, maybe we should put our energy into proving it first. Not about Iraq specifically, but it felt like it felt very poignant for the time that it was airing. What the hell's this?
What you fools up to?
It's Mr. Black's fault. His fault, the darky white. Although I don't know why they call him that. Look at him.
Don't you start now.
I'll knock the color clean off you. Come on.
And I'll tell you, you lily live it. Enough. You two fools look like you've just run off a chain gang.
Yeah, what of it?
What are you doing?
Starving.
They got bounty posters for us all over town.
And we can't go into town to get supplies.
Say, mister, maybe you can do us fools a favor. We ain't bad guys at all. He's okay. You and for a darky.
Shut it, you pasty-faced streak of piss!
Yeah, I had up to here with you.
Enough! Do you goddamn favor what you want.
Maybe you can go into town and take down them wanted posters of us.
Okay.
Maybe meet us back at the campfire in the woods and tell us how you did.
And maybe bring us a little bite to eat.
Don't push your luck.
Nice fella.
Yeah, you love nice fellas.
Don't you start up again.
I'd rather give him the food. Okay, take down the wanted posters around roads to stop bounty hunters from searching for Mr. Black and Mr. White. I will do it. It seems to me like the way simpler version of this plan is give them some money and get them some food. And then they don't have to come into town at all. So, do we have... Oh, right, remember the professor? Remember the whole reason that I came here? Yes, okay, so we do have a bounty poster here.
Hello.
Shit, somebody's paying attention to me.
Don't be shy. Please. Shot the poor boy right through his eyes.
Hey!
This here's the feller. The one that found me.
The medicine man, huh? Helps with the mystery box?
I will owe you my whole life. No lie. But, let me buy you something from the store. Whatever you want, it's on me.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Having conquered evil the way I have, it's the least a humble man can do.
Oh, wait until morning. No, I'm not. I really want to take down the wanted posters at night. I feel like that's the time to do it. That's nice of him. I think somebody else offered to do that, and I took them up on it. But now I've got so much cash that I gave that guy... Hey, buddy.
Hey, I need to get to that poster behind you. Would you move a little?
I will not. Deputy put up plenty. Go get one of those.
Hey, move. I need that poster.
Oh, I'll move, all right. How's this for moving?
Shit.
This what you wanted?
You gonna get some lead in that head of you.
Bounty hunted bastard.
Go to hell.
You ain't the law, you know.
What in tarnation?
I used to be the law, though.
Wasting my time.
Alright. Let's not get him run over by a carriage. I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but let's go put him under the grass. Alright. That way he doesn't get hit by like a horse or something, then it turns into a murder charge. Yep. Checks out. 1 of 5. Oh man, am I gonna have to do fist fights the whole time? Alright, let's see if the next one is also marked on the map. Not yet. Okay, well, let's run on down here.
What's happening to this place?
I guess.
Ain't as bad as you made out there.
Bad. They worse than worse.
Okay, here's one.
Plus one for gossip. Jethro Minglethorpe. Gossip.
Also,
But as
a
usual,
general issue that I have with
every fool knows the charges were
the
trumped up.
current version of Superman is he just hasn't done anything that makes him worthy of the reverence that characters have for him. In Man of Steel, nobody knew who he was, and then, like, I guess he saved some people on a whaling boat, and that was pretty cool. And then he wasn't wearing a Superman suit. And then, like, what did he do? Did he do anything at all before Zod and his cadre of assholes came down and, like, announced, we want that guy, we want Kal-El? Like, if I'm me in that world, this dude and his, like, family feud of other aliens doesn't mean a thing to me. All I know is that one day, a couple guys in suits, one of them in black, mind you, one of them wearing a black suit, one of them wearing a very dark-colored blue and red suit, got into a fight that leveled the equivalent of New York City. And that's my introduction to this character. Everything prior to this, what's happening? The camera's doing this on its own. What is this?
Mr. Black and Mr. White. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Mister, I need that poster. There's been a recall.
I weren't born yesterday. This one's mine, so you can go and get your own.
What the hell?
Oh, no, you don't. Get this off of me. Out of your hands now, mister. The hell you doing?
There are many witnesses. This might not have been hold on, wait. I never put up my mask. I just put that up? Okay. Pick him up. Now.
Hey! Hey!
I do feel like there's a little bit of a problem with this plan. First is the crime of it all. Secondly, I still don't know how to get the poster off of him. I'm tapping A. I don't even know if this is audible, but there's so much tapping of A. All right, we're just gonna get outside the search radius. Oh shit, they do know who I am. Well, they can't prove nothing. All right. Here's some poison ivy. Now, I do need that poster back.
So, what you got for me?
There we go.
I knew you was dirty. So help me God, you give that back.
He really wants that poster.
Those boys was mine.
Now, there is one issue. I don't actually want to leave him in the woods. I do want to leave him where, like, somebody is eventually going to come across him. And I don't mean, like, of the locomotive variety, like a human being. So, let's get him, like, up here. I figure eventually somebody will yell. Somebody will hear him yelling, rather. Yeah, let's just, we'll drop him right here inside this bush. There we go. So someone will hear him, they'll come, they'll untie him, he'll be fine. And by the time they do that, we will be long gone with the other two posters. Sam Lander was voting to leave him on the railroad tracks. Sam Lander, I hope you had a good time with your Dungeons & Dragons game. Alright, now, there may or may not be... Yeah, bounty hunters or whatever. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Witness investigating. Oh, did they already find the guy? Well... Okay, let me, take down my mask. So we're on the lookout for 2 more posters. And some kind of snack item. What's good for lightning bolt? Oh, the chocolate bar. Alright, and is there something else? Because I'm also... I've been neglecting my Arthur Morgan here. How about this? canned sweet corn to top us off. Samalander says that he and his D&D crew slightly lost a sail ship. We've been talking a little bit about Man of Steel and so forth, and I was just sort of like, yeah, if I was a poster, I would be at the post office. I'm pretty sure that's where they're born. Mr. Black and Mr. White, hey? Well, I will definitely go get these guys because I am a bounty hunter. Now, in Batman vs. Superman, I'm pretty sure there was like a montage of Superman doing heroic things. Like, he does something to a space shuttle, and he does something to a ship, and he, like, saves one person from, like, a burning building, and everybody's, like, worshiping him. So they do attempt to set up inside that one movie that Superman has had other adventures that have defined him as some sort of worldwide hero. But what's weird about the way that that movie does that is that it's set to this, like, somber, turgid soundtrack, like da-doom ba-doom ba-doom. The fuck is this? The fuck is this? Hello? Gun? Oh, is the yeah, what did the witness see? Did the witness see me get cold cocked? Shit. Oh, the law. Time for me to grab my hat. Skedaddle. Woo, witness, murder. The witness to murder, is it? Hey, lady, stop. Stop.
Half-assery now, boys.
Fuck.
This one's,
Rest assured,
don't
we'll
you
handle
worry,
things.
we'll take care of this.
Don't you dare move!
I did nothing wrong.
You keep still unless you got a death wish!
Take the fight, goddammit.
Go. Arthur. Vault. X. Son of a... God damn it.
We got the numbers. Let's use them. Push up, man. Do it.
Okay. So, you might wonder why I'm not fighting back. I tried that once, and I wound up with like a $200 bounty, and I'm trying to avoid that. Wait, is my bounty going up? It's just $25 though, right? Yeah, see, they're the ones that pick the fight with me, and I'm the one that gets the bounty. How does that make sense?
You inbred cretin!
Don't let the snake-blooded bastard get away!
Okay, I think we're almost in the clear. Redford is helping them search. I just want everybody to recognize that. Shit. Oh, come on, man. So if I shoot that guy... Nope. Yeah, see, they're on horseback now. So I need to reciprocate. Get up. Stupid fucking horse. Okay. All right, we'll lose him in the woods. It's a foolproof plan. I do not see a way out of this that doesn't involve multiple dead lawmen.
They're picking up the pace.
All right, I think we lost him at the farm. All because of that one bounty hunter. So here's what I learned about that. I should have waited until he left town and then accosted him because there were way too many witnesses around. Hold on, I need something. No. I need something way better for lightning bolt. Oh, bourbon. Rum. There we go. Oh, Drienne! Thank you to everybody. Drienne is just raiding over. And hello to everybody joining from Drienne's Conan Exiles stream. We were watching... Shit, they're still after me. You were joining us on a wild hat run from the law. They really want me. And you'll never guess why. Oh, hello to Mia. Okay, so... we now have a bounty of $25. I don't want to leave those prisoners alone. Fuck. Okay. By the way, look how far away we are now. This is where we are. This is where I am now. So, I need to get back to a post office, and we were just at one, and now I don't see an option. So yeah, for everybody who is coming over, we are playing the story mode in Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was minding my own business, and then the law was after me. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I do not see the post office that we were just at. Is there a post office anywhere in the greater tri-state area? There really isn't. What? Did they all close down permanently? What is this? Well, I'll tell you what. I guess I can go up to Emerald Station if I need to. So Mia's asking if she hangs out today, will there be plot spoilers? Well, there's not going to be any plot spoilers for the next few minutes because we are going to go pay off a bounty so that I don't have to deal with lawmen. So if Drienne is here... So an interesting topic came up. Brand new topic. We've been talking a lot about Superman and sort of my... Like, the thing with what we're now referring to as the Snyderverse... I have specific ideas on how I feel that his vision could still have been delivered on, but in a way that feels less narratively dissonant. And this is the last thing I'll say about that. You cannot have a brand new version of Superman that never does anything heroic or inspirational to people, and then have everyone in the entire world talking about how heroic and inspirational he was. I don't think that you can cut out large swaths of stories for like this version of Batman, this version of Cyborg, and have the audience feel as invested in them. Now, at least one of those things is allegedly repaired in the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, and I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I feel like there are ways for this to have been pulled off in a way that felt more earned and that doesn't expect a very high degree of audience familiarity with this intricate backstory that is simply not communicated within the films themselves. So Dren will not be keeping the audio up because of spoilers, but will lurk. Okay, so in Mia's stream, somebody asked an interesting question. Brand new topic. They asked, which is better, Star Trek Voyager or Star Trek Enterprise? And I thought about it for a moment, and I have a thought on that. And I communicated a little bit of it in text, but text can sometimes lose tone of voice, so I would want to clarify, if anybody said Voyager was better, that's cool. Like, I watched both series, and I liked Voyager a lot more than I think some people.
Hello there, pleased to see you.
Pay bounty, please.
Clear this right up for you.
Just get rid of that. All right. Very, very few law deaths. I think I've shared this before, but the best quote I ever saw about Star Trek Voyager was, Star Trek Voyager had an amazing premise, a great cast, it looked good, Kate Mulgrew was an awesome captain, the acting was great. The only thing that was bad about Voyager was the show. the television show Star Trek Voyager was not very good. And that comes as close to encapsulating my issues with Voyager as any other just sort of like one-off sentence. Voyager had so much promise, and it squandered so much of it. And I know that I have, at least at one point in life, shared the story, and I couldn't remember his name at the time. Ronald D. Moore was one of the staff writers, or one of the repeat writers at least, on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which I think is pretty inarguably the best of the... It is my favorite, let me say this. My favorite of the original, of the sort of old style Star Trek series. And one of the reasons that I like it so much is its focus on continuity. They couldn't just hit the reset button at the end of every episode because they're still there, and so are the people that they talked to last week. And as a result, you have a lot of running storylines, and I think that the storytelling in Voyager is more ambitious and more consistent than it is in many of the other series. I like Voyager... I like Deep Space Nine. I don't remember what I just said. Deep Space Nine a whole lot. Voyager had the capacity to do that same thing. One ship with its crew of, like, not entirely Starfleet, by the way, that are stranded on the opposite side of the galaxy without any sort of support, without any sort of backup, without any sort of resupply, and a very, very long journey ahead of them. How do they get replacements for things that don't exist in this part of the galaxy? What happens when morale starts to break down? Why are people still wearing their Starfleet uniforms after about 3 weeks of being trapped in the Delta Quadrant? These are all things that could have been dealt with, and instead the writers chose to focus on stories where they spent an entire holodeck episode in the town of Haven, the good old-fashioned English countryside hamlet where everybody's hanging out and playing pool with Tom Paris. And it's just... so many episodes of Voyager completely abandon what is supposed to be the central conceit of the television series. And it didn't have to be that way. It's very difficult for me to look at Voyager and not think of 1,000 different ways that that same cast, the same sets, the same premise could have been used to much better effect if only they had listened to somebody like Ronald D. Moore, who had been one of the repeat writers for Deep Space Nine and was originally brought on to help develop the first season of Star Trek Voyager, and said, hey, I just wrote this script. This is a story that he shared. Hey, I just wrote this script that has some pretty big story implications for B'Elanna Torres. Like, is this going to be okay with the other storylines? And the response that he got from like Brandon Braga, who's one of the executive producers and showrunner, was like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. We're not going to pay any attention to continuity. It doesn't matter. And that was when Ronald D. Moore left the television series and went on to make a little thing called Battlestar Galactica instead. Now, Battlestar has its own issues that I'm not well prepared to talk about, but it is, you listen to what he wanted to do with that television series, you're like, yeah, that would have been way better, by the way. So that's my, that's where I perceive the shortcomings of Voyager. Enterprise had different shortcomings, and I don't know that we have the time to delve into them, but the fact that Enterprise, here's what Enterprise did well, and here's why I prefer it. It did embrace its basic premise, which is, here is the first Warp 5 capable starship. Captain Archer and his crew are going to go places that no other human has been. And by the way, nobody in the entire galaxy gives a shit what humans think. Nobody. Starfleet is not a thing. Well, Starfleet is a thing. The Federation is not a thing. They hold no clout. You are strangers here. We don't care. You don't know what's going on, and we do not fear or respect you at all. And that was the line of thinking that they worked with. It's a prequel story in which all of this grand vision for the Federation is just sort of like pie in the sky, thinking of something that might happen later on. So just by dint of going with their premise, I thought that Enterprise was a stronger series. Now, before I go on, let me just take 1 second because I wanted to get Drienne's thoughts on this. So let me just scroll back slightly. Okay, Patigan was saying Angel getting shot is no spoilers, just funny. Indeed, it is. And then, Sam Lander was quoting the only thing bad about Voyager was the show, but it really was the individual actors on that show are great, and in a vacuum, their characters are all great. There's so much potential there. The first officer was a terrorist. Or like a reformed terrorist, like you'd think that would come up. Their pilot was a former like criminal. It's like there was so much potential there. If you watch the first like 6 episodes of Voyager, you'll say, man, this show is great. Like they can do so much, and then they just don't do it. They just don't do any of that stuff. But that was Sam Lander. Who also says, so Grumpy saying everybody who reads comic books knows that Kirby Silver Surfer is the only true Silver Surfer. I will take your word for it. Dren says, the thing that I like about Voyager, but not nearly as much as Next Gen, I like Janeway a good deal. The main problem I had with it was the built-in limitation of the premise. You can only be on a quest to get home for so long before it gets old and ridiculous. So, I want to respond to that. A very dark color green. Sam Lander saying DS9 had good continuity yet. Voyager in season 1, they set up to have very limited supplies and then forget about it forever. Yeah, which was the issue there. Oh, that's much better. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, she just double clicked on the text and now it's all highlighted and much easier to read. That's why. Thank you. I could just never get into Enterprise, says Drienne. The feel of it, the characters, none of it ever drew me in. And Sam Lander says, they start with 50 photon torpedoes, this Voyager, shoot 20 in season 1, citing how hard they would be to replace, and then they shoot like 200 in season 2. There's a supercut of it on YouTube, it's amazing. And Drian says, pardon me, Battlestar, sorry, I try very hard to never burp microphone adjacent, and that one got away from me. Battlestar Galactica is better by far, and I say that even as a Trekkie, to which Sam Lander says, Battlestar Galactica, really good in episode writing, no clue where they were going. Boom. So, Drian says you can only be on a quest to get home for so long before it gets old and ridiculous. So here's where that gets old and ridiculous. Oh my gosh, everyone, I think I found a shortcut home. Bum, bum, bum. And then they go into like the title card sequence, right? And it's like, no, you haven't. Because, like, that is not a show about... Sorry, that's not going to be an episode about how Voyager gets home. That's always going to be an episode about why Voyager fails to get home. Because it's not the finale of the series. So the fact that they almost ever did episodes with that premise is a failure of writing. That should never have been on the table. That should have been stories, you know... to sort of tie our two topics together, rule number 1 of Paul Dini's Batman stories, Batman the Animated Series, when they did that for, they aired it on Fox locally. I don't know where it aired in other markets. But rule number 1, the first rule in Paul Dini's Bible for making Batman the Animated Series was no stories about Batman's parents. We're not going to talk about how he became Batman. Everybody knows it. Everybody's bored of it. We are not going to do that storyline. And it even says, like, he says, like, whatever story you have in mind about the usher that was there on the night that Batman's parents got killed, shred it right now. We're not doing those stories. They're boring. They're played out. We're only going to do stories about modern day Batman. That should have been rule number 1 for Star Trek Voyager. We are never going to do stories where they have some sort of a magical shortcut home, unless it's in service of one of those, we jumped 45 light years further home, 150 light years closer to home, because they would do that from time to time. And that was, among other things, an opportunity for them to, like, stop talking to the Kazon and start talking to the, who were those phage people? I don't remember right now. The Necroticons, whatever they are. That's a great way to sort of, like, skip ahead for a while, right? All right.
My brother died. I saw my friends die. I saw my leg.
Oh, no.
Will you give me some money?
They say this winter.
You guys, no, he lost his leg. He's a war veteran. And all he did was fight on the side of the South, go eat shit.
Hey, wait! Show me something I haven't seen before.
So, pause for 1 second. Let's tease the audience with, this is Drian, let's tease the audience that they might get home. Depends completely on forgetting this is an ongoing show that they plan to keep going as long as they can. It's actually the same argument that I have against Infinity War. Well, see, if you go into Infinity War and you don't know that it's part one, like let me put it this way. I watched Infinity War with my nephew, who had no idea it was part 1 of 2, and it hit credits, and he was like, wait, what? Wait, what? Did they lose? What happened here? So, before we... Okay, so I gotta head back up here, and when we get there, there's gonna be some dialogue. So, before we hit any dialogue or anything that might be story-related, I would submit for consideration... Voyager is not inherently limited in its premise. It is... They chose to pursue a lot of storylines that were self-defeating, which is the point that Drian is making. If they had instead embraced the basic premise of a totally unexplored quadrant of the galaxy, where there is no Federation, there's no one to fall back on, and what happens when Federation ideals come into direct conflict with basic pragmatism, and, like, that would come up on occasion in something like... Hold on a second.
Has anyone seen Gavin?
Who's Gavin?
Morning.
Listen, have you seen... I'm looking for my friend Gavin.
I don't know any Gavins, I'm afraid.
English bloke. Lovely fella. He went missing and now I'm all alone.
Good luck.
That's too bad.
Wait, what am I... Did I miss an opportunity to say something? Because I think... Okay, maybe I don't know who Gavin is. So, yeah, no, for what it's worth, Tashir, nothing that you heard there is ruinous. Like, we will stop talking about those movies. I'm glad that we didn't say anything too specific about it, but rest assured that there is, or at least I didn't maybe like look all the way through chat. Okay, and so Drian is also inserting some like it is true, Drian, that if you knew those things, that would be self-defeating. I didn't know a bunch of those things going into it. Here's the thing. I feel like there has to be a separation between the meta marketing of something and what the author originally intended. And like what you're mentioning there is one of the reasons why I try to engage with these properties sight unseen whenever I possibly can. Because, like, for example, I'm gonna go see Doctor Strange Part 2. There may or may not be a trailer for it. I have no idea. Because if there is a trailer, I'm not going to watch it. Because I'm already going to watch the movie. And as much of the marketing as I can possibly avoid being engaged by, that's what I'm going to try to do. So, and it's for specific reasons like that. Yeah, no, we will steer well clear of any further discussion, because I also did not know that Tashir had not seen those, and I do not want to have a part in disrupting anybody's engagement with, because like it feels a little bit like it's a hot take right now, but I really like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that it's well constructed, well acted. I think that they have a clear-eyed vision of how to do satisfying individual stories that build and contribute towards a larger narrative, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing things like WandaVision and Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier, whatever it's called, because I feel like those are also going to build towards that. And I am very disappointed that they sort of scraped off Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as this sort of like unwanted barnacle, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was very good as well. So I would not want to have a part in diminishing anybody else's enjoyment about it, because it feels like the sort of like general zeitgeist is like, oh, those movies are bad. And it's like, okay. Okay, like I don't know how to argue that point. So we are going to get some sort of dialogue here.
Hello.
How was it in town?
Pretty hot. There's quite a price on you boys.
It is so unfair. I didn't do nothing.
They said you was wanted for murder.
It wasn't murder. It was self-defense.
And you killed a farmer?
Firstly, I would have, but he died before I could. And secondly, well, he had it coming. I don't like to say.
Well... ain't no business of mine. Here's the posters.
Thanks, partner. That's that, then.
That's that.
Free at last.
Free from you.
All right, well, hopefully they're going to stop punching each other. Oh, still be decided. So that might be an ongoing story that we pick up later. Also, hello to Ratto. We'll just go with Ratto for now. Thank you very much for the follow. Sam Lander says that he needs to pick them up. So I'm suddenly very invested in Tashir seeing whatever movies that he's missed, because they are worth his time. Also, okay, so actually, before we move away from this topic or lose anybody for the fear of spoilers, let me say one more thing that I think is important. Just in case you're a newcomer, you didn't know this, if I go into a movie with very high expectations, I can sometimes be ruined. Like it will be a very negative experience for me, because even if the movie itself is good, I feel disappointed by it because I came in expecting something more. If I go into a movie with low expectations, I am much more likely to be surprised. And I've used this as an example before, but there's no greater example of that than The Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield movie. I went into that movie with, like...
Okay, my girl.
Like 90% hate on for it. I didn't understand why it had been made. I'd heard nothing but bad things from people, and I loved it. I mean, I loved it. I loved that movie. It is, in my view, like, I feel like Spider-Man Homecoming is probably the preferable... What? Wait, what? Wait, no. Did I stomp on a dog?
Ain't been too many Federals coming through. Stop right where you are.
I did not do that.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
Why, if it ain't one of them...
Son of a bitch. Okay, hold on a second.
Made Shady Bell his own. I remember.
Goddamn end to you.
Okay, no! Oh no, they shot! No.
There you are. Just ain't very tough is all.
Okay, sorry. Many bad things are happening. My horse almost died. Also, I need to feed her. Okay. Feed. Oh no. Tashir says it's official. Angel hates dogs. I keep having dog-related mishaps. Let's brush her too.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, look how much dust we just got off her. Yuck. Grumpy saying, I get Disney Plus for free with my Verizon plan. A friend of mine just pays for a few months and binges once the series are all out. That is sort of our thought on if another opportunity to watch WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier doesn't present itself, then what we'll do is probably wait for Falcon and Winter Soldier to be done, which I'll probably just start calling Falcon. Wait for that to be done, and then subscribe for a short time so that we can watch both that and WandaVision and the second season of The Mandalorian. Okay, so where I was going with that whole like Spider-Man thing was I don't know what to expect from Zack Snyder's Justice League. What I do know is whatever I think of it now is unrelated to what I will think about it when I see it. And I am full on prepared and hopeful that I will enjoy it a whole bunch when I get a chance to see it. So we're about to interact with a character who will doubtlessly be providing some information on a quest. It is a side quest, so if anybody's concerned about that. Falcon, I've said this before. Falcon is the member of the MCU who I most want to have a video game about. Every single thing that he does...
I've got that, information you asked for.
Every single thing that Falcon does as a character is something that I can just see it as a gameplay mechanic, and it would be so much fun. Everything that guy does, all of his fighting, all of his gadgets, his wings, it looks like... A, it looks like the most fun thing in the world, and B, it just looks perfectly suited to being a video game. I would love... They need to do that. I don't want a Captain America game. I don't want an Avengers game. I don't want a Hulk game. I want a Falcon game. They could... And A, also B, don't let the Just Cause guys do it. They don't know what they're doing. Just Cause 2 was a great game. They've swung and missed every time since then. Get a brand new studio in there, get Rocksteady to do it. What are they doing right now? Suicide Squad? Put them on a Falcon game. They'll nail it in one.
I need something more specific this time. A wagon full of moonshine.
Well, you might just be in luck.
I knew I picked the right fella to speak to.
Inspect the note. Let me inspect the note, but then I also want to see if I have a bounty to pay down. So let's try to read this. Can I zoom? Bridge in Blue Water Marsh, north of Saint Denis. Look for a wagon coming south. Should be carrying a load of moonshine bottles in the back. Drive careful with it. Signed X. All right. Let's put away. And let me see if I can, or should, pay down a bounty. Nope, I'm good. All right. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is that Spider-Man Homecoming, I feel, it's a very, very good Spider-Man movie. I like Tom Holland in it. I like sort of like some of the things in the big climax. I have a lot of positive things to say about it. I think, however, it is most useful. Like, useful is not a correct phrase. How do I want to phrase this? That I feel one of its greatest strengths is that it incorporates Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it does a very good job of it at that. No, I want to... that is a very long way away, but I kind of feel committed to this particular storyline right now. We'll circle back for some of these other folks.
Hop in.
Whoa now.
Should I, though? Wait a second, maybe... Go down and talk to these people. Herr Strauss. I don't want to talk to Herr Strauss. Well, but then again, what is he going to talk to me about? Okay, no, I got to go down here because this is going to kick off a mission that I'll be able to do as we sort of go along. In terms of what I'm trying to get at is, in terms of just like a standalone Spider-Man movie, just a Spider-Man movie that doesn't have any necessary ties to any other properties, you just sit down and watch it. You don't have to be up on what happened in some previous movie. I think that the Amazing Spider-Man movie is the best of them. I think it's better than the Tobey Maguire movie, which I liked a lot. I think this is something that Spider-Man 2 in particular stands up very well. And I think it's probably on the merits better than Homecoming. Homecoming is very good for the role that it has within the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe, and is also a very good movie. I really like the villain in that, just in case anybody who hasn't seen it. There's a lot that I like about Homecoming. The Amazing Spider-Man had like a joy to it. Andrew Garfield was very quippy, which I feel like is important for Spider-Man as a character. It felt like a completely fresh take, and it came out relatively soon after Spider-Man 3, which I disliked a whole bunch. All right, whatever they're talking about is none of my business.
Stay back from the wagon, sir. Transporting some lawbreakers.
So Drian says, I actually value the first one for its handling of the villain as much of the rest of it. By first one, whoa, hold on.
Hold up.
I don't know where this, I hear a train and don't know where it is. Okay, yep, we're just gonna wait right over here. Lost a horse to a train once. That's the whole story, because it happened fast.
Whoa.
Yeah, when I say I like something else a little bit better, it should not be interpreted as a slam against the first thing. I like Amazing Spider-Man... Spider-Man Homecoming a lot. I went into Amazing Spider-Man with such rock-bottom expectations. It wasn't even what other people had said to me. It's just like... I was so disappointed by Spider-Man 3, and here we are, we're gonna reboot it, and... I don't know any of these people, and I don't know why it feels like we're milking this franchise. And then I saw it, and it was so bright and confident, and Andrew Garfield was so good in it. He does not get near enough credit for his portrayal of Peter Parker in particular. Hold on, whoa. How deep does this get? Okay, we're doing okay. All right, I'm going to take a real quick swamp dip because Arthur is looking a little grungy himself here, and for some damn reason, this does help him to get cleaned off. I guess it's better than sweat and blood. Okay, so for anybody sensitive to spoilers, we are going to be having a conversation with somebody here in this shack. Jump. Why does he not mantle sometimes? He should really be able to get up there. Yeah, I think that the cast in Homecoming is one of its greatest strengths. I really like everybody in that movie.
Still working, Mr. Strauss. What you been up to?
Trying to wrap up our accounts before we leave, Mr. Morgan.
So you'll be joining us in Tahiti?
I rather fancied Australia. A similar kind of people to us. Lots of opportunity.
That tells me we're going to be ranchers.
Perhaps, but so far we have not raised many cattle.
No.
So, Mr. Morgan, will you help me finalize our business here?
This is filthy work.
We'll need money in Australia. For cattle and feed, I mean. Why flinch now? You never have done before.
I don't know.
Well, here they are. Some fishermen by the name of Davison, Algie Davison, living in a place called Catfish Jackson near Scarlet Meadows.
A fisherman.
And that's it. We're a union built on that, you know.
Okay.
The variety of environments in this game is one of the things that I'm most impressed with just their environmental design. So, Is there any earthly reason that I wouldn't talk to Mary Beth since I'm right here? Like, I came to Strauss because I know like what that side mission is going to be like. Let's go chat with her. And it wants me to go all the way up and around. Nah, I'm just going to go right here. So we are going to get some... So before I get to the dialogue, Drienne says, I like Tom Holland as Peter more than any other actor. Really like what they did with the villain in Homecoming, and in general think the movie stands up perfectly well on its own without needing the tie-ins to make it good personally. Well, so I think that that's broadly true of all of the Marvel movies. Like, let's think for a second. Are there any well, if you get to Infinity War and you haven't seen the previous movies, you are going to be very confused. But, like, you can watch Black Panther without having seen Civil War. Like, it adds in some valuable backstory, but it's not required backstory. And that's one of the things that I think that the MCU does so well. And that's what makes it all the more notable when they get it wrong. Like in Age of Ultron, there were all of these, like, bizarre call forwards to like future movies that felt very much out of place and were apparently a big source of consternation between the director and the studio. I mean, there's all sorts of stories about that. And it's like, focus on the story that you're telling and allow the broader storylines to develop on their own. And I think in general that's something that they do well. Oh, I can't ride in the camp. Okay. So, this yellow icon, by the way, is semi, like, main story related. I don't know what's in here, because I'm seeing this all for the first time. But anybody who wants to mute or dial down while there's dialogue, this is an opportunity.
Hello, Arthur.
Hello, Mary Beth.
Oh, how are you, Arthur?
Fine. How are you?
Well, I'm well, I think. It's been quite a run we've had, but we're still alive.
So, no regrets?
Regrets for what?
Well, for joining this band of maniacs.
If you're a girl without means in this world, life is very scary. You boys cared for me before no one cared for me. Well, life weren't very nice, Arthur. Not after Mama got typhoid, and that was a long time ago.
Sure.
What about you? I heard you ran into that Mary girl.
Yep.
And?
Got me thinking how that all ended. Long time ago now.
What happened?
Well, she didn't love me enough, I guess. Or I wouldn't change.
Huh. Well, she was a fool then, Arthur.
Well, she put a lot of good years in on an outlaw. She definitely was a fool.
In these books, life seems so simple, but in reality, I can't make head nor tail of it.
Mr. Morgan! Mr. Morgan, we have a problem. A real problem. It's Tilly.
What?
She's been taken by them Foreman brothers she used to run with. Come along!
The Foreman brothers? What are they doing here?
Well, I don't know what they've been doing here, but I can tell you what they're going to be doing here. Dying.
Sure. Do we need more guns?
You and I can handle this, Arthur.
Where are we heading?
I'll tell you on the way. Just get going. All right, head for Rhodes. And quick.
She's in Rhodes?
No. She's at a place called Bradley's house, just west of there.
How do you know?
When we first got here, she told me she was worried that our camp was near a safe house that gang she ran with used from time to time.
And you told Dutch?
No. She spoke to me in confidence. I suppose I didn't think it would be a problem.
Now it is.
Oh, yes.
What do they want with her anyway? I think I saw one of the foremans hassling her and Valentine.
Yes, they probably followed us down here. You don't know what happened? She killed one of them, for good reason, but clearly they don't see it that way.
Tilly?
Yes. Young Tilly Jackson isn't as sweet and innocent as you might think. But like I say, she was defending herself. She fled and fell in with us right after that. I just hope we can get to her in time.
It's not too far.
If they've touched a single hair on that girl's head, I will eviscerate the sons of bitches.
See? You do care, Miss Grimshaw.
Of course I care. About all of you fools. Some just require a firmer hand than others. You especially.
Thank you.
I swear half of you would just rot in your own filth if nobody kept you in check. Okay, I think that's the place up ahead.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, like a mission like this is just going to have so much dialogue that we might have to let Drian and Mia go for a while.
Kind sir, we're lost and in need of some help.
Get out of here.
Oh, I see that kindly face of yours, and I know that for the right inducement, a gentleman such as yourself could be mighty kind.
Now get out of here.
Oh, now you keep saying that. But you don't mean nothing by
I
it.
said.
Hold on, my cores are surprisingly low.
Said your last word. Well, what are you waiting for? Get in there and find our girl.
Oh, you know what I need? Yeah, hold on. Oh, I don't have access to my horse. Okay.
Go find her before they put a bullet in her head.
Knock! I'm trying. Okay. Tilly, I'll be with you in just 1 second, but you might be safer in there. Okay, no one else is here. So, I just want everybody to acknowledge, when I went in there, I saw there was a guy there, I went to aim, and it just kept locking in on Tilly. Maybe I should have used the right trigger to, like, switch targets or something, but that was frustrating.
It's okay, Miss Tilly. Now, let's get you out of here.
I thought there was...
Yeah, it don't matter what you thought. It's okay. All right, let's go.
Oh, come along, miss. Thank you, both of you.
What happened?
It was Anthony Foreman. He thinks he owns me.
I remember. Where is he?
He went out hunting or something. There were 5 of them, I think.
Well, we killed those fellas there.
There they are.
Come on.
Tilly, grab that gun. Anyone approaches, shoot them.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be just fine.
Now catch that bastard.
The one in front of the boat. Bring him back alive. I ain't done with him
yet. Get after them.
It's okay.
There, straight ahead. I saw him go through those bushes. Oh, look at these cowards. They're heading down the hill to the water.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, there they are by the shoreline. You picked the wrong girl! Oh, you're gonna pay! All of you! All right, I think that last one's the boss. Lasso him and we'll take him back to Tilly. Come on! Get him, Arthur!
Yeah.
Don't kill him yet. I want Tilly to have the last word on this bastard. Don't let him get away!
I am working on it, Miss Scrimshaw. Give me a minute.
Go on! Rope that bastard!
Okay, this feels way too far away, though. Yeah, see, it doesn't turn red. I don't... Crap. Alright, this is me tapping A as hard as I possibly can. There we go.
Come here.
That's it. Now make sure you tie him up real good.
I'll kill you.
Whoops. Sorry.
Off of me. Make these nice and tight.
All right, you bring that bastard back to Tilly so we can all have a nice little chat. I'm gonna head over there now to check she's okay.
With pleasure.
I'll take his horse. He won't be needing it no more.
Stowe. There we go. I like this horse a lot. I hope I get to keep this one.
Step, do you have the first idea what you're getting into? I'm Anthony Foreman.
Well, thanks for the introduction, Anthony. Is that Foreman with an A? I want the Undertaker to spell it right.
Funny bastard. Who are you running with?
She didn't tell you?
She didn't tell me nothing. This rope is cutting into me.
Don't feel so good when you're the one tied up, does it?
She killed my goddamn cousin.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be seeing him soon enough.
What are you gonna do with me?
I ain't sure yet. Reckon I'll let Tilly decide what you deserve.
You're wasting your time with that girl. She's a liar. She'll screw you over like she did me. I should have shot the bitch yesterday like I said I would.
You just shut your mouth now, Anthony. I've heard enough.
Son of a bitch.
Just for good measure.
Shut the hell up. Shit.
So I'd very much like to. There's some interesting favorites and less favorites going on in chat regarding the MCU, and I would love to engage in that. It's just I think that we're going to have some more dialogue here any second. Time venison. Oh, that does look good, but I'm not sure that I need that much heart. Got some canned provisions for now. All right, yeah, as soon as we come around here, we'll get some more dialogue, and then I will hopefully have an opportunity to share
Here's your man.
some of my thoughts
Dump him on the ground
and read through other
here.
people's thoughts.
I want to get a good look at this monster.
Now, you can tap X to put him down gently.
So he's still
That
alive,
was not
man?
tap X.
I guess.
You see this girl? You leave her alone.
She killed my cousin.
Your goddamn cousin had it coming, Anthony Foreman.
I don't care if she shot your daddy and cooked your mama for breakfast. She's mine. She ain't yours.
You know, a friend of mine, he always says, revenge is a fool's game. Now, you want all your boys dead? She had her reasons.
We was family, Tilly Jackson.
You Foreman boys ain't no kind of family I want.
Kill him, Arthur.
You want that?
I want him to go away and tell the remaining of his cousins and the clowns he rides with to leave me alone.
Now, you think you can do that, Anthony? Or should I slit your throat and just save us all the bother?
I'll leave you alone. History is done.
History is never done. It's your call, Arthur. But I'd slit his throat.
No,
Go
it's
on.
Tilly's call. Tilly said let him go.
Finish them.
All right, you.
Come on. Let's get you home. Yeah!
Now get out of here.
Complete with at least not. Oh, yeah, I just plunked a lot of bullets into the wall when I was frustrated at the game camera, which, as Tashir said, good old game camera. So there's a couple things to loot in here, and there might even be some, stuff. It'd be nice if you could sleep here for the night. What time is it? 8:50? Yeah, we're gonna have to find some place to bed down. I don't feel like going back to camp. So, before we go too much further, Drin says Ant-Man... So, Grumpy had said that he has a soft spot for Ant-Man movies, I think. Yep, that was Grumpy. How did you do the... How did you do that with the highlight everything? Oh, there we go. Okay, so... Ant-Man was pretty good, Drian says, but I found on rewatch that dragged a bit, pacing-wise. I was often easily distracted during it. It also didn't hit me as hard emotionally as the others. Emotional response is a big indicator for me when it comes to how much I like a piece of media. Grumpy said that he doesn't really like Ant-Man, which Tashir seems to find surprising. And Patikin says, if I have to be honest, I like all, one more than the others, but I like all the Marvel movies. Brienne says, Iron Man was originally one of my favorites, but that they had less to compare it to back then. Azric slips back in. Azric, the comic book conversation is continuing apace. And then Grumpy says, maybe I'll watch Endgame tonight then. Also, Hawkeye needs his own movie/series. Yeah, so... Here's the thing to me about the Marvel movies, and this is not a small thing for me. When I was growing up, every once in a while there would be a superhero movie, like the Christopher Reeves Superman movies were an example of that, but they were always like one-off movies, and they were just about Superman. And then every once in a while, I'm trying to think of like a good example of this, you would get an example of you get a movie that would allude to there being someone else, others in the universe, but nothing ever came of it, at least nothing good or nothing substantive. So when they did Iron Man, I was like, okay, that's a pretty good movie. I don't really know or care anything about Iron Man, but that's pretty good. And then at the end of Iron Man, they had like a stinger for... Oh, like Nick Fury was there. And it's like, oh, I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. And it's like, okay, but they're not really going to do that. Like, yeah, we're never going to get that. This is just like every other comic book movie where they don't actually have a plan. They just want to leave space for a sequel. And I had no hopes of it coming out. Imagine my delight going into a movie theater to watch The Avengers and to see the culmination of what had at that point been half a decade or more of planning and execution. Like, I was not a fan of the first Captain America movie. I have some specific issues with that in terms of its search drawer. In terms of some of its plotting devices that I don't think were very well handled. And some very similar decisions, by the way, in the first Wonder Woman movie that I thought were handled way better. I think that there is actually a lot of crossover between those two movies, and not just in the setting, in some of the, like... conundrums. What's the phrase that I'm thinking of? Some of the tension that the characters are supposed to be feeling that I didn't feel was handled very well in Captain America, but was handled much, much better in Wonder Woman. Same general ideas, but just better execution because they sort of thought it through a little bit more, I thought. But that was one movie, and I liked Iron Man, and I liked Incredible Hulk, even though we got, a different Hulk for the actual movie. And I love Thor. Like, I went into Thor like, who gives a shit about Thor? Some Norse god? He hits people with hammers. It's lightning. I don't know or care anything about this character. And I watched Thor at a friend's house, and it was awesome. Like, the visual design of that movie, seeing Asgard, and, like, I was so impressed with it. And Thor has, like, I like many things about Thor, but Thor has one of just, like, it's just a single line drop, and it's probably something that nobody else ever talks about. I've never seen anybody else talk about this, but it has this one moment when Thor, for the first time in the movie, cuts loose right in front of Jane Foster, who up until this point has been shit. Oh, god damn it. Wait, do I have a different horse I can use? Let me take this one. It's my loner horse until I can get back to Redford. Thor, like, gets full on suited up, and lightning comes down, and he brandishes his hammer, and the camera just does this one zoom in on Jane Foster. She realizes that the oddly eccentric but extraordinarily attractive Hulk homeless person that she has been sort of tolerating all along actually is who he says he is. And the boundaries of what she thought were like the way that the universe worked are in that moment completely blown open. And Natalie Portman goes, "Oh my God." And it's like the perfect line reading for that moment. I was so happy. Thor has some like stuff that doesn't work. The line about like, yeah, we've got a Xeno warrior princess, a Jackie Chan, and a Robin Hood, or whatever the line is there. They tried, like, it's trying too hard to be funny. Yeah, I remember like that getting a sort of an uncomfortable chuckle, like, oh, I recognize that a joke was made. It wasn't a good one, but it was present. Yeah, Thor was so good. Thor is like Amazing Spider-Man to me. Thor is a real triumph of low expectations, because I just couldn't possibly have been less interested to see it, especially after not caring for Captain America. But anyway, getting those characters together on the big screen and like having some other like Black Widow was introduced in Iron Man 2, and again, even then I was like, but we're never, like, this is just like a side character. We're never gonna see this again. I had so little faith that they were going to deliver on what they were setting up and promising, that when they did it and when Avengers happened, I was so happy. And people today can say whatever they want about like Avengers not being that great, and I didn't really like it at the time, but I did. I did like it at the time, and I like it now, and I think it's a great movie. All right, bye, horse. See you later. Thank you for the ride.
Who goes there?
Oh my goodness, of the 3 movies, Tashir says that he's only seen Ragnarok. Well, now that I have thoroughly oversold Thor... Javier, don't shoot me. Hello. Yeah, so Groomfy's saying, so let me just scroll back slightly. We like to keep the game going, but every time, like, when we're riding, I feel like I get to talk, and then when I get to where we're going, I want to make sure that I get to read what other people are saying. So Azric had slipped back in. Drienne is also not a fan of the first Captain America movie. It was all right. Yeah, my appreciation has grown for it again because of how much it sets up, and among other things, again, it's not required watching, but you get so much more out of Agent Carter, the television series, and Agent Carter is a very good television series. I really like it. Agent Carter was, like, people credit Ragnarok as being the first time that the Marvel movies like really embraced their capacity to be comedy, but Agent Carter got there first and was also very funny. I don't want to, like, because I can't deliver any of the humor in that series in the way that it deserves to be experienced, so I will not attempt to. Suffice it to say that there are parts of Agent Carter that I remember very warmly. Also, such a good cast. Not just Haley Atwell, but, like, such a good cast in that movie. So, I want some stew, because I'm probably underweight again. So let me roll by while Arthur is having a snack. We will eat. Durin says Wonder Woman irritated them, but I would have to get into spoilers for that discussion. Gromfy also really likes Thor, except for Dark World, and that's a fact that I wanted to circle back to, because very much agreed on that. Patikin saying you should do a Marvel movies marathon. Well, I think that we can ask Mia if she'd be interested in that. Drienne says Ragnarok was the one I was not a big fan about. I would have enjoyed it if they'd split it into 2 movies to give both of the plots enough time to develop. I'd have to think about that. I really enjoyed Ragnarok. Ragnarok was another one that I sort of went into with limited expectations because, like Grumpy, I had not enjoyed Dark World almost at all. Like, Dark World, I need to encounter some kind of a post-mortem on Dark World because it is such a misfire. My less favorite MCU movies, like I don't consider any of them unwatchable. Like, none of them are the original theatrical release of Justice League, which So, I will often want to watch movies at least a second time because I want to see how they hold up once I sort of have a sense of what's coming. When HW got the theatrical release of Justice League, this was long before anybody thought there would be a Zack Snyder cut. He invited me over to watch it, and I said no. I would rather read a Kindle without battery power than watch that movie again. I disliked Justice League so much. Sorry, I'm looking for my bed. I'm not sure which of these it would be. You think it'd be the thing shaped like a bed. Can I sleep here? No. Wardrobe. Change clothing. Shave. Oh yeah, I need to do that for sure. Now, the hair, I'm actually going to let his hair grow out. No. What is this? I mean, I will take that, but no, I want to shave. Shave. Why is it facial hair? Trim. There we go. Okay, sorry, I was overlooking it. All facial hair. Yeah, let's get Arthur looking a little bit more presentable here. So, Tashir was asking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. question mark, and... Sorry, there's a lot to focus on. 1 second here. So Azaric says, from the comic standpoint, and with Marvel selling the rights to a lot of their main characters to Fox and etc., they were left with a lot of their lower tier characters. What the Marvel movies managed to do is make those lower tier characters cared and liked by the people, and by lower, I mean popular. Yeah, and like that's a good point. If you would ask, like, it is wearying to me to feel like I see the conversation about why can I not sleep here? I don't want to fast travel. Change clothing, shave, weapon locker. This is crazy. Sleep! Wait, I just saw it. Arthur, we both saw it. Come on. Bed. There we go. Sleep. Okay, I'm figuring out the interface. A wonderful 3-hour nap. So, Tashirin asked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. question mark. So, yeah, if you were unaware, and this is all on... Oh, it used to be on Netflix, and now I have to imagine it's on Disney+? I'm not sure. So, in the wake of Avengers... ABC started airing a weekly television series called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the most important thing, there's two very important things to know about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Number one, when it first started out, it was hand in glove with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where there was a lot of communication between the producers of the show about what would be happening in upcoming movies. And this is delivered on to dramatic effect in the first season. And that is important to know. Number two, this cooperation does fall away at some unidentified point. So there reaches a point in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where it's just like they acknowledge that something in the Marvel movies has happened, but it feels much more remote and separate from what you're watching.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, Sadie.
So what do you think of this place?
You folks...
Yep, that's how it goes. Well, I should get back to it.
Okay, Arthur.
And this is something too important to know. This is common amongst a lot of Joss Whedon shows, I feel, like a lot of them. The first half of the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you will not enjoy it. It would be very surprising to me if anybody watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and saw the first 2 or 3 episodes and was like, yep, I think this is a well-made television series full of characters that I want to know more about. And the thing is, it's important to know that. And I'm not just like setting low expectations. I'm telling you that you will be drumming your fingers on the armchair rest and being like, what is happening? I don't know what's happening here. It feels like a lot of stuff that's not being well delivered on at all. And then you will hit, I'm just letting you know, a specific story beat in the first season where suddenly a lot of things are going to be delivered on. And from there, I would say that every season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., in my view, every season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is better than the one that preceded it. And it's got a great cast. It's got some awesome story beats. Like, it is not going to give you a lot of extra insight into what happens in the movies because, for whatever reason, that was just deemed not a priority for them. But as its own self-contained series that is sort of builds upon what happens, builds upon that sort of same background premise, it is very neat, and I enjoyed it a great deal. Oh, and yes, Azaric is pointing out that Agent Carter had her own series. What a disappointment. If I gotta say, for all of the things that I just said about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and, like, I mean them all, if I had to choose one, like a real Sophie's choice here, I probably would have gone with Agent Carter. It was so good. It was, like, again, I'm concerned about overselling it here, but Agent Carter was one of those television series where I consistently forgot how much I enjoyed it until I was watching it, and then I remembered all over again. And shit. Oh boy. That guy's not dead enough. Okay. Wait. Where is this guy? Okay, there he is. All right. Horse health core got real low there. Yeah, let's, okay, let me put this away. And horse. Have a beat. Oh my gosh, Caroluna, thank you so much for the, Okay, so, specifically, the 6-month, subscription that was gifted by Moo, for Caroluna has gone into its 2nd month. Thank you to Moo again very, very much. Also, a lot happened in our previous episode because we had a very specific time to... I'm just gonna, like, switch topics for one moment while we loot some bodies. In the last episode, we mentioned in passing that we had crossed the 500 follower mark, and Marquack dropped a whole bunch of bits on the channel at that time. And I did get a chance to thank him, but I wanted very much to circle back around to that by the end of the episode. We were tossing over to one of Mia's pre-recorded episodes, and it like, you can't pause that, so there was really no room for a long outro. So I did want to call out again in this episode, thank you so much to Marquack for the bits. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and thank you to everyone who has followed. As I was saying in that episode, it's not about the 500th follower, it's about all 500 followers. Everyone who has come around to help grow the channel and to hang out and to have conversations about superhero movies or Star Trek series or whatever it's going to be. I enjoy this game and I enjoy these conversations, and none of it would be possible without you guys choosing to spend your time here and doing your own great streams, by the way. So I just wanted to repeat that because I didn't have a chance to circle back to it at the end of the previous episode, and I like to call that stuff out. Let me just see if I've missed... Son of a... I'd really like to meet the person who decided to make the scroll bar on Twitch chat black on black. Okay, so Patikin's also saying that he liked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Same with Agent Carter. Sucks Agent Carter didn't get more. Yeah, that was... Agent Carter was sort of positioned as like a mid-season replacement show. It would air in like... It would air for like 6 weeks in January and February, and then that would be the whole season. Oh my goodness. Whoa! Whoa! Holy shit! So Tashir just gifted 10 tier 1 subscriptions to the channel. Tashir, thank you so much. Congratulations to Shadow9120, Billy DeMeyer, Cheese Shovel, Cheese Hovel, I think it actually is. Sorry BTR, JT Max 24, SG Tiffany, Hawkeye Medic, Honey Butt Cheerios, Samalander, and Pepper Jack or Bust. Thank you so much to Tashir. Thank you. Wow, that was very unexpected, sir. Thank you very, very much. Caroluna with all the emotes. Shadow is thanking very much for the gift sub. Sam Lander saying thank you to Tashir. Yeah, Tashir, thank you very, very much. Wow, that that really threw me off. Whatever I was going to come back to. Wow, thank you. I know where we're going because there's a large white circle. What were we talking about? Police Academy movies? At one point or another, I was going to talk about like my lower third of Marvel movies. And I'd have to think for a second about my least favorite. I think that Dark World is probably it. Dark World is probably it. Dark World is, honest to God, if you had to say to somebody, here is a Marvel movie that you just straight up skip, you can just straight up skip it. It has effectively no bearing on anything else in the entire franchise. The plot is extremely forgettable. I don't know why we're doing that, but I did get another horse reviver, so that was worth the loot. Dark World is a very poor movie. I think there's something like Loki or something that like is sort of theoretically important, but like you could skip that one real easy. Iron Man 2, not a fan. I very much like the concept of the bad guys in that movie, but not the execution at all. You know, it's like that movie, the best thing that movie does is it introduces both, but are we allowed to talk about Iron Man 2 spoilers at all? Like, warning for Iron Man 2 spoilers. Iron Man 2 introduces both War Machine and what's her name? Black Widow to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's like a quick aside that Rhodey does in the first Iron Man, where like looks at an outdated Iron Man suit and is like, oh, maybe next time. And again, like I saw that scene and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? But they'll never do it. They'll never, like the franchise is gonna die before that. We'll never get to see War Machine suit up. I'm so happy to have been so wrong about that. We're looking for a debtor, by the way. I'm not just looting random stuff. But Iron Man 2, like, so... Okay. There's things to like about Iron Man 2, most of which I've already said, but also, like, Don Cheadle replaced Terrence Howard. That was a good call. Here's a fun fact. I think we talked about this at some point. Terrence Howard was the most highly paid actor in Iron Man because they got him to sign on before Gwyneth Paltrow or Robert Downey Jr. So they were like, oh, well, no matter who we get for this weird oddball project of ours, at least we'll have one big star that we can claim.
Hey! You better have a damn good reason for being on my property, mister.
There we go.
You remember that loan you took, Mr. Davison? Well, time's long since up. I'm here to collect.
I should have known. You goddamn bludgeon men are all the same.
Wait, time out for 5 seconds, just because Caroluna says bedtime for me. Caroluna, thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope you have a great evening. And also, again, had a lot of fun watching your Euro Truck Simulator stream. If you guys have not checked out Caroluna, Caroluna specializes in streams that you want to have on in the background while you work, because he's so, like, industrious. Whether it's Farming Simulator 19, where he's processing trees, whether he's driving a truck, Caroluna's leisure time is what other people consider profitable productivity. I'm really mangling the language, but Caroluna has an energy on his stream that I haven't seen quite from anybody else, and you guys got to check him out. Caroluna, thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope you have a great evening. Grumpy is also saying that Honey Butt Cheerios says thank you for the gift sub to Tashir. Yes, that was that was so awesome.
I got your money, every stinking cent. It's in the house. Hell, I'll even offer you a drink. We can toast to never laying eyes on each other again.
Hold on, I'm gonna rotate the camera so that the bottle is more or less in his hand.
Right now, how about you? Well, you gotta be stinking drunk already to do this kind of work.
I like doing it sober.
If you take my money, surely you take a drink off me as well. That would be the mannerly thing to do.
Let's handle the money first. Worry about manners later, okay?
I could be fishing.
You were catching flies, you weren't catching fish. Now come on, let's get us that debt.
Someone's here, boy.
Pop, wait, what's going on?
Don't just stand there. Go fix us a drink.
Another one, Pop?
Don't give me no talk, boy. Just do it.
I'm not
down here for our savings.
Savings? Under the sink?
Best place for 'em. Now where's them drinks, boy?
What is that thing that looks like
Drinks
a knife, though?
ready. It's right there, mister.
It's our life savings. Come and take what you owe. Ah!
Yep.
I'll cut your damn head clean off.
Okay, I don't know how to... How do I... Son of a... No, keep hitting him.
Next time, avoid me.
That's not what I expected to loot. The beats. So, oh, hold on. Pick this up. Doesn't look like the greatest condition, but... So, how do I... maintain? Yeah, let's clean this guy up. Tashir saying Beats by Angel. Which, let's remember by the end, too. So, Mia has recently subscribed to Streamer Effects, so I expect that we're going to have some fresh music on her channels coming up, although that will likely wait until after she's doing live episodes again. But I'm very much looking forward to that. And for anyone who isn't aware and hasn't seen the auto notification that happens in chat every once in a while, Streamer Effects is a website where you can get... Oh, it's so much more than a website, though. It's a service that you can add to your streams to get a steady supply of independent music from content creators that are working with Tashir Rizé to spice up your streams, and it's all royalty free, so you don't have to worry about getting in trouble on Twitch or getting your streams muted or anything like that. And if you are playing something that would benefit from basically a wider variety of music than what's actually provided in the game, you cannot do better, I think, than Streamer FX. Time was that people would just add whatever music they felt like, but then Twitch decided, and like understandably, okay, we can't keep allowing people to just put whatever they want. Oh yes, take the ground coffee. So Tashir was already working on Streamer FX, and I think that it is the perfect product at the perfect time. I saw that knife too. I feel embarrassed about getting stabbed. I'm gonna take the gin. And the assorted biscuits, can't take those. I don't know what happened to the kid. And I was already not feeling well about the way that his dad was talking to him. It seemed very alcoholic abusey. You'd also notice that I did not take that drink. That's a general thing in games, like, or from strangers in general. By the way, what is this room about? Why is it papered this way? Hold on, we'll look. Dearest Nate, I don't know how many letters I've written now, but I won't stop trying. Even the act of writing feels like some connection to you, which is certainly better than none. I can understand how hurt and angry you must be for walking out on you like that. For walking out on you like I did, but I promise that I love you with all my heart. Interestingly, I is a lowercase I there, and not any place else. No, yes it is, but I won't stop trying. I didn't see that before. I just couldn't take it any longer. You know your father's temper, especially when he was drinking, which was all the time at the end. I found work and I'm renting a small house. Just give me the word and I will send for you. We can both start again. Love always, Mama. So, wait, can I help the kid? Yeah, like... I don't know why there's what appears to be like newspapers and playbills and stuff up on the wall. Just want to read what Drienne had said as well about I did see it. Drienne had said that Don Cheadle does a good job, but they are generally against... So this must be the kid's room, Nate. This must be Nate's room, because that's where the letter is. Well, now I feel bad about ransacking this place.
Shit!
Where is he? Oh, he's under the bed. Can I talk to him?
Son, I want to get out of here, but I can't until I find some money.
There's some in my footlocker. I've been keeping it away from him.
Ain't that lucky?
Look, I was all about taking his money. I don't think that the son here has to pay the price for his father's debt. Also, I was clearly wrong about which, Wait, do we even think that Nate saw the letter? Because it was in his father's room. Also, take a look at Nate's room. This is Nate's room. Remember his father's room? That was all like the bed was just bare and like the wallpaper and everything. I'm gonna take this kid's money. I'm not gonna take his candy. I am gonna take his cards though. I'm sorry. I'd pay him for the cards. Can I give him cash for the cards? I really hope I get another option here. Like, I'd rather pay the debt out of my own pocket. The father took out the... Shit. The father took out the,
I think I know the sum. And that should cover it.
Ain't you the good son? Should be proud of yourself.
Fucking really? This is the second quest today that it's like... I guess I'll go. Can I at least...
There's more here. That's it.
Can I at least give him the letter, though? Read, flip, put away. Zoom. There's no option to talk to him about the letter. Cool. So this is a great feel-good mission. Part of me wonders if I should have, like... I'm concerned that the father's gonna wake up and beat the son for giving away the money or something. Like... I don't feel good about the way that we're leaving this at all.
Girl.
Alright, in any event, that took care of what we were doing down here. There's the manor. You know something? It has been a while since... Yeah. Let's go stop at this saloon. What time is it? It's been a long day. 1:17? Let's see. I'm trying to think, like, just to sort of, like, round out the topic. Are there any other Marvel Cinematic Universe movies? So, Drienne had said that one of their favorite movies is Captain Marvel. And... for me, like... So, first of all, I very much want to see Captain Marvel a second time. For me, Captain Marvel fell short of what I wanted it to do for a different set of reasons than Man of Steel. Captain Marvel is, as far as I know, the closest thing that the Marvel Universe has to its own Superman. There's a lot of crossover in the power sets. Captain Marvel is much more powerful than many of the other heroes, and much like Superman, that power is all innate. That all comes from her. She's not reliant on like the approval of her father, the way that Thor is. She's not dependent on an Iron Man suit. She doesn't lose control the way that Hulk has to. She just is very, very powerful. And hold on, there's something happening over here. Hold on, can I... No. Arthur can't shoot straight up. Maybe he's just too wise to do it because the bullets would come down. Oh, okay. So, another one of these, eh? Let's put those away. Alright. Focus on track. So, the issues that I have with Captain Marvel are so deep, and they're so, like, oddly specific. Yep. Found this.
Making a point with you.
Okay, so this is presumably part 2 of them. Yep, Killer Clue 2 piece. Probably not enough to find it, but somebody really likes the dismembering here. Alright. Collect the remaining missing map piece to uncover the mystery. Well, hopefully I'll be able to do that. I don't know if these are randomly generated, which doesn't seem to make a lot of sense based on where they're placed. It seems more like, are you going to stumble across them? So, I went into Captain Marvel with a couple thoughts. Number one, I did not like Man of Steel very much, like, I had a lot of specific ideas on how I would have wanted to see it course correct. how am I going to feel about Captain Marvel? Number 2, how is the MCU going to handle a character that is as powerful as Captain Marvel? Like, she's Superman, basically. Like that's a high skill set to cater to. And number 3, and this was something that was important, where's she been? Because, yeah, so I need to be very careful about what I say. Let's just say that, like, a lot's gone down in the MCU. We've all seen Avengers. We've all seen Age of Ultron. Like, there's been a lot of really high-level threats to... Hold on, I'm going to see if I can shoot this rabbit. To Earth. Where has Captain Marvel been all this time? She is human. You would think that she'd want to at least keep one eye on what's happening back home. I think that was just straight up miss. That was just a miss. So Drienne says, so the spoilers here. Boy, let me look at this and see if I want to read it out loud, because we've both seen it, but I want to make sure that we're not spoiling for others. Boy, I regret that I don't, like, my experience with Captain Marvel feels somewhat different than Drienne's, but maybe this is why I need to see it a second time. Yeah, so here's my concern. Some of the things that I want to say about Captain Marvel do relate to other Marvel movies that, like, Tashir has earlier in this episode clarified that he hasn't seen, and so I, much like Man of Steel, have specific ideas on how I would have liked to see Captain Marvel tweaked, and just for clarity, because I've seen some other interesting takes on Captain Marvel, none of the ways in which I would have adjusted the movies have anything at all to do with her, quote, earning her powers. I've seen this, like, oh, she doesn't have to earn her powers. Neither did Thor. Like, that's such an odd point of complaint for anybody to have. Like, neither does Peter Parker in this. Like, I didn't, like, that is a point of argument about Captain Marvel that I strongly disagree with. If anything, like, how to phrase this, the concern...
Well, now, you best not cause no more shit around here. You need to open your eyes.
I don't even know who you are, dude.
What can I get for you?
How about some food? I will take the fried catfish.
Can I get food, please?
Well, I hope you aren't planning for any more riffraff with any of those raiders.
Like, Captain Marvel had some humor in it that really fell flat for me. I would have liked to see Captain Marvel do a little bit more with its setting. There were lots of nods to the fact that it's taking place in, like, the 90s, but they're just nods. They're just like, oh, yeah, I remember Blockbuster. That was a thing. Wait, where do I go for a room?
Why, hello there, sir.
Maybe it's too early to get a room.
You need something, friend?
No, there's the bath. Rent a room. Inspect. Hold on.
Well, I'll be.
There we go. Okay, yeah. Let's grab a bath, which is upstairs. And I'm also I'll just gonna rent the room right in here. Rent the room. I guess. So, one of the things that Man of Steel does well is that there's a scene where Superman learns to fly, and it's one of the scenes in it that I really like because it's like he didn't realize he could do that before, and it's so liberating for him all of a sudden to have this, like, oh, I can fly. I can fly. Like, it's so, like, are you kidding me? Hold on.
Hold it right there.
Son of a... God damn it. I grabbed a cigar. Are we really serious now that this is what we're doing?
You dumb or something?
I'm pretty dumb. Stop.
Stop there a minute, will you? Get back here.
Okay, this isn't quite what I meant.
Stop! Why me?
You ain't even worth it. Just go.
This is bad. Get back!
Come on, man.
It's a disgrace. Bring
Think
that
it's
man.
time you found. I hear you. Consider it dealt with.
Okay, can I just...
Okay. I ain't looking to cause problems. All right, then.
Are we cool? Move
Last
along?
chance to follow orders.
All right, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm holding A also. This is as fast as I can follow orders. I am departing. My bad. Theft. Theft of the cigar that was sitting out on the table. Well, okay, so I think that's what I'm getting at. I wanted more of Captain Marvel discovering her powers, not earning them, which is way different. Like, as the movie Captain Marvel goes along, she can do so much more than she could earlier in the film, but it doesn't feel like there's a process of her learning that. It's just suddenly she can. And what I would have liked to have seen is to explain it in the crudest way possible, and this is not how I would have wanted them to do it, but like as a very rough example, her hitting someone and she's so much stronger than she was before, and being surprised and taken aback by that. I still want my bath. I paid for it. Where's the bath? Oh, back over here? Am I not allowed to go in the saloon now? It's closed off because I, like, disrupted the peace. So Driana's saying, like, she needed to discover that powers were not what defined her, and that's what she had to learn. But I feel like the movie arced in a very different direction, where I felt like what Captain Marvel was about was she was capable of so much more than she had realized, and that she had been held down by yoking herself to the instructions and the very, very low expectation of others. And once she fully embraced what she was capable of doing, then she was at last allowed to forge her own destiny. It's also, I think, I want to be very careful about not spoiling too much about Captain Marvel, but like spoilers for Captain Marvel. It was also a big question. It was also a movie about like having the courage to question authority and to stand up for yourself when you feel that something is wrong and you know, no, this is not the way that it's supposed to be, to feel comfortable and confident to make those demands and to say, no, I will not sit idly by and accept this unquestioningly. And that like the unleashing of her powers were that was what allowed her to act on the misgivings that she had very clearly been sort of pushing down and setting aside. It is a story of empowerment, but I did not take it to be a story of empowerment in the absence of her powers. It felt to me like it was a story of once she had the confidence in herself to seek out and realize her full potential, then she was able to forge like a much brighter and better destiny for herself. That's the way that I read it. And again, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I might have a different take on it if I see it again.
You need some help in here?
No, thanks.
Nah, I'm good. Thank you.
No worries. Just doing my job.
So, Driana said, notice that you only listed male characters. Right. I mean, that's the thing. Nobody calls upon male characters to quote-unquote earn their abilities. So that particular criticism of Captain America, when I've seen it, has been extremely tone-deaf, because I'm not sure that you can name another character where that is a concern. Like, just Superman. Superman's powers are his birthright. In most tellings of Superman, he was sent to Earth specifically so that he could live as a deity and be completely immune from any harm. Like, that was something that his parents knew when sending him here. Nobody ever complains that Superman doesn't, quote, earn his powers. Dran says most female characters have to either suffer to end up strong or have to prove themselves deserving of their power they have. Yeah, and I personally view that as... like, I don't agree with that at all. I feel like I didn't get my room. I might have gotten chased out. I might have to repay for that, but I think that I can afford the $1 room for the $1,800 that I've got.
How do you do, sir? What are you in the market for?
Well, I guess a new room. Rented the room. Okay, so that is here in the back.
Hello, mister.
Watch yourself.
Thanks for your assistance.
All right, if I search this chest, am I going to get arrested for theft again? Oh, no, because there's nothing to thieve. All right, I don't want to change clothing. You know what? 11 hours sleep. Because my last night was like 3 hours, and that was not near enough. But, like, there's a very good video made by someone who I find extremely disagreeable, so I'm not going to share who made it, because, frankly, I don't want to toss more attention or business towards this particular person. But there is a very, very good video that he did, completely shattering apart some of the criticisms of Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman movie. Again, along the idea that Wonder Woman doesn't deserve to be as powerful, and like, Themyscira doesn't make any sense. And it's like, right, because Asgard is just perfectly Euclidean. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but somehow these arguments only come up around female superheroes.
Hello, mister.
I'm trying to get on board.
Hello there.
All right, so let's set a course for something else that's nearby that isn't Dutch. So we'd go see Charles again. Oh, I want to go back to the professor, because remember, he had... that was the quest that brought us all the way out here in the first place. Patine says, yeah, 3 hours of sleep is not enough. It's when you start stealing stuff. Yeah, your decision-making really does take a backslide there. Here's one thing that I do think is, I don't know, but I've been given reason to believe that, there are things in Captain Marvel that have now been, that have now set up things that are imminent in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that stuff is very cool. I'm very much looking to Captain Marvel 2. I want to be very careful about anything else that I say about the character, because some of it, again, goes to movies that may not have been seen by all. Do I have any belt buckles or anything? I'm going to see if I can just turn in here. So Azric is saying, I feel that Spider-Man was the one that had to come up with his powers and learn, of course, the responsibility of that power. Now, here's what's interesting, Azric, and I want to read ahead, but as far as I can tell, that hasn't been part of the backstory of Tom Holland's Peter Parker. There has been, as far as I know, absolutely no mention of, like, the way in which he traditionally learned that with great power comes great responsibility, and that you have to help people even if you don't necessarily think that they deserve it and stuff. That was such a big part of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It was such a big part of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I don't have a clear vision on what the backstory of Tom Holland's Spider-Man is, and that's one of the things that I find interesting, that it feels like a lesson. I've not seen Far From Home, I should note, but it feels like a lesson that is pending for him. But moving ahead, it's sad that it's had to be told so many times in different ways with the redoing of the Spider-Man movies. But even with the newer movies, he had to come to terms and understand with that. And I'm careful of what I'm saying, not spoil for those who have not seen it. To me, the struggles and troubles of the comic Peter Parker / Spider-Man underwent has been strongly stripped away with the Tom Holland one. Oh, so yes, which is a retelling, of course. See, I don't know if they've been stripped away or if they're just on the horizon. Because
don't you try to pull anything funny again.
Whoops.
I will come back to haunt you.
The backstory of the Tom Holland one is so different than the others, and it's actually one of the aspects of the character that I like because it's new. Because it's like, oh, I don't know where this is going because the story beats are being delivered so differently.
You got a
And what is this? Oh, the sketch. I'm going to hold on to it. I actually don't like it very much, but I feel like Arthur would. Patikin says, I'm glad they didn't retell certain parts in the Tom Holland ones. Yeah, the fact that Tom Holland, like, the Tom Holland Spider-Man just sort of like yada yadas over like the radioactive spider bit. And I am fully on board with that for the reasons that were just discussed. We've seen that. It's the same thing. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just saying very quickly, if I never again saw Thomas and Martha Wayne get shot in that back alley, I'd be perfectly fine with it. I'm good. I get it. They got killed. The pearls shattered along the street. Check. We all know the story. And they keep doing it. And like there is a 100% chance that in the Robert Pattinson Batman, we will see that scene again. They always do it, and I don't know why. It's like, is anybody at this point confused as to who Bruce Wayne is and where he came from? We can skip that part, everyone. We get it. And that's the decision they made with the Tom Holland one. But there are, as Azaric says, other parts of the Spider-Man backstory that have simply not been addressed yet. And I actually find that interesting because it leaves open for the possibility that they're going to be delivered in an unexpected way. And that's exciting because they can hit those same lessons in a way that I, for one, might never see coming. And that would be very cool. So Drienne says, and I need to ride past this person or else I will match their speed. Drienne says, I just feel like Captain Marvel did so much so right. Shit. Hold on a second. I hope these guys continue to ambush me because there is not an upwards limit on Confederates I would like to shoot. So continuing, I just feel like Captain Marvel did so much right, which has not been done nearly as well in the other films. I don't know how much of that has to do with my experiences as someone assigned female at birth, but I do know that it made me laugh and made me want to cheer. It's made me feel good about myself, and it made me care about character relationships that had nothing to do with romantic love. And I, like, the fact that I have a couple specific ideas on how I would have liked to see things adjusted should not be mistaken, I would hope, as not having, like not thinking that it's a good movie. And I am very, very much looking forward to more Captain Marvel. If anything, I would have liked to see more of the character in other Marvel movies since then, in places that I think that she would have been really well served and give her an opportunity to really shine again. Azric says the issue with that Patikin is all the stuff that is what made Spider-Man Spider-Man without being told or shown. For those that know the comic telling of Spider-Man, it leaves a lot missing. And then Azric says, LOL, it was so great into the Spider-Verse when Miles went to mention with great power and the elder Pete Parker went, don't you dare finish that sentence. Into the Spider-Verse was very good. Into the Spider-Verse is, that's a movie that I really don't feel I can say very much about because I don't feel like people understand how good that movie is. I think that a lot of people looked at it and said, "Oh, animation. It's an animated movie. I don't. That's not a real movie. I don't care about that." And you guys have to see that movie. It is, again, I don't want to oversell it. Okay, I thought maybe that was a pickable flower, but I am full on board with everyone that talks about how good that movie is. Into the Spider-Verse is a very good movie. And because so many people that I know personally overlooked it, I don't feel like I can talk about some of the high points that movie hits. There's a lot of them. So Tashir is taking off. Tashir, have a great night. Thank you. So Tashir, thank you so much for hanging out. If anybody is interested in... Okay, so hold on. There's so many things. A, I very much hope that you're feeling better. B, thank you again so much for the gift subs earlier. That was awesome. C, I hope that everybody else will check out Tashir's Division Force, which will hopefully be continuing tomorrow. They had a very fun stream today, and hopefully that will continue tomorrow as well. Tashir had a very exciting hype train today, and I hope that you guys will check him out, and that'll be at Tashir Games, at TASHERRE Games. And finally, check out Streamer FX. We talked about it briefly a few moments ago, but when you tune into Tashir Games, you will see how Streamer FX functions by bringing up the title of the song and the name of the artist. It rolls over. You can select music that you'd like to hear more frequently and customize the playlist. There's different subscription tiers. It's a great service, and you can find that at streamerfx.com. That's STREAMERFX.com. And a link pops up in our chat every once in a while as well, so please check that out. So Moo says, just a thought for kids. Say kids my age watching a Batman movie for the first time, they probably wouldn't know the backstory of the parents' death, the pearls, etc. I will, my take on that, let me make it clear. If that, when that happens in the Robert Pattinson movie, I am not going to stand up and storm out of the theater. What is happening here? Okay, hold on. Somebody's shouting for help.
Please, help me!
You again? Hold on, we helped this man before.
That the snake bite fella? Again?
You won't believe it. I got bitten again. It's real deep. Suck it out of me, please.
You're damn lucky I have this.
Can't believe I don't carry this with me. I owe you so much, mister. Can't believe you saved my life twice.
Me neither.
Well, I best be getting back to town. Gonna eat a stiff one tonight.
I would again...
That's it. You ain't getting another out.
Prefer to give this man a ride to wherever he's going, what with the venom coursing through his veins, but that is not an option. To me, Moo, it's the fact that we saw it in the Tim Burton Batman movies, and we saw it in the Christian Bale Batman movies. Christopher Nolan is what I was thinking of. The Christopher Nolan Batman movies, and we saw it in Batman vs. Superman, and I think we even saw it in Justice League again. I think we did. I actually don't remember. I could be wrong on that last one. I feel like there is no scene that has been more filmed, more retold, more examined from every conceivable angle in comic book history than that one. And like, just once, I think I'd be okay with Bruce Wayne going to Alfred and like pulling off his cowl and saying, "You'll never understand, Alfred. You'll never understand what it was like for me to stand there in that alley and watch my mother get shot with a gun a quarter-inch from her face as the pearls spilled all over the wet alley." And Alfred's just like, "I know, Master Wayne, you've told the story every week. I'm tired of hearing it. It's no excuse for this thing you've done this time, Master Wayne. That's it. I'm going to invite the Joker over to the Batcave so that you can explain it to him. Maybe you guys can set aside your feud." Okay, so I gotta wait for the wagon. I guess I wait here. Do I have to wait here? I'd rather wait in the bush.
Who we got here? Easy, whoa.
Now, the last time that so let me just 5 seconds to catch up on chat. Bum, bum, bum. I don't like the way the scroll wheel works. I can't find it at all. No, it's just that it's invisible. Azric was confirming that Into the Spider-Verse is a must-see. I will say one thing for Into the Spider-Verse. I'm very glad that I did not see it in a theater. And that is an uncommon thing for me to say about a movie that I like that much. But the art style, I feel like, would be uncomfortable for me to watch on a very big screen in a dark theater. But watching on a television screen was great. I have all the respect for that movie. It's very good. Thank you very much for Mia for doing the shout out for Streamer FX. Azric is saying hello to people. Kids that are Moo's kids' age. Got it. Azric is a Toys R Us kid. I feel very sorry for you because you might have trouble visiting your boyhood home then. Those are all gone. Where is that Moo stream? So Moo has been playing through Control. I don't know if she's had an opportunity to do it this weekend, but she is currently working on emotes. And also, Moo is teaching herself graphic design. So what I was going to say is that the last time that we... Yeah, I think that we might have to get real loud about here, because it's not like I have electro bombs or something. Like, I don't have...
That's close enough. Back off. Oh. You ain't getting
Shit.
nothing. Hope you're ready to die.
Okay, just switch to a different gun then, man. Oh! That last bullet was not on purpose. I try to aim in a respectable direction. Oh, I'll steal the wagon. Don't you worry about that. Whoops! Whoa! I didn't know that that was a button. Hold on, I was trying to reload. Which apparently I don't need to do. There's a kick corpse button? Why? Oh, look at the turtle. Oh, Arthur. Wait, no. Now I'm swapping hats. No. No. Patikin is saying that Moo and Mia give him luck when he's playing Fall Guys. Apparently, this stream does not. I mostly just wanted... I didn't want to leave the corpse on the bridge because I feel like that might raise some questions later on. Oh, this man is minus a cranium. Look at this. I don't know where the rest of him went. Okay, that's... Alright. I don't think that's the worst of it. Somebody else died out there in the water, but that's his problem. Alright, steal the wagon.
Shine, alright. Let's get you home. Yep.
We just gotta get past there. Alright, let's do it. This is a cleaner way to do that. I really flubbed it. Oh, look at the flamingo. Shit! Okay, hold on. Can I... How do you back up? Okay, that's not the backup button.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Giddy up.
Now, the note had said drive very carefully with it, so I will not be breaking any speed records on the way back to where we're going. And we can see here that Redford is following along, which is nice. We did reach maximum friendship with Redford, so that's nice. I think I have space to stable one more horse. Yeah, one of the things that has been pleasing to me about the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general is that every time I feel discouraged because I see a movie like Iron Man 2 or Dark World that I didn't care for, the next movie in that series is one that I really enjoy. Like, I had a great time with Iron Man 3. And I feel like that is a... Okay, what is happening with Redford? Come here. I feel like that's a very hot take. A lot of people did not enjoy Iron Man 3, and I enjoyed it a whole bunch. So, not to get too grim, but do we have any clarity on what the thoughts are for... another Black Panther movie? I think that we all have, unfortunately, very sadly, achieved clarity on why there was a delay in putting it together. And, you know, rest in peace for Chadwick Boseman. I mean, I cannot possibly do justice what we now know about what he was going through and how... Don't get hit by that train. Okay. Like, at the time, he was insulted in the press for having lost a lot of weight. There were rumors that he, quote, was like intolerant with fans because he was so tired all the time. And knowing now what we do, it's an important reminder to bear in mind that you don't know what someone else is going through. You don't know what their history is. You don't know what their current situation is. Try to be open to the possibility that somebody might be going through a lot more than you're aware of, and that can sometimes... Son of a... Hold on. Redford just sort of does whatever she wants. Here's why I care about this. It's not just like, I don't want to be left without a ride. Here she comes. Okay. But at issue is Black Panther, like, meant a lot to people as a character. And okay, hold on a second. So, story content.
You're
blink,
a
blink.
wonderful man. Wonderful.
You got my money?
It's for a very good cause. My name is Professor Andrew Bell III. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Can't say that I have.
Oh, I'm an inventor. Maybe you've read about me.
I don't read much.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Oh, yes.
You got my money?
Oh, well, it is the most wonderful invention, friend. Oh, you, sir, have done a great deed.
All I've done is get some creep a lot of drink.
Creep, that's excellent. Nonsense. Now, you've helped me develop the most humane machine imaginable. A way to induce calmness to our most troubled souls. A way to end the barbarity of a public hanging. Oh, so humane.
What are you talking about?
The electric chair.
What?
See, it's a chair full of electricity. It's quite fascinating. It calmly and peacefully dispatches the sinners to face judgment. Yes, judgment. Yeah.
Where is it?
Well, it's in my laboratory. The next thing I need is a demonstration. A public one. Huh. Do you know the police chief?
As well as anyone.
Oh, wonderful! Perhaps you can encourage him to let me demonstrate the chair. It will help bring this town into the next century. Yes, could you do that?
Okay, so that was a complete mission. Okay. So, as we were saying, I know that Chadwick Boseman will not be recast or have a digital or CGI character stand in for scenes. Ryan Coogler, who directed the first one, is coming back to direct the sequel, as well as a series for Disney Plus that will explore the mythology of Wakanda. I am unsurprised to hear that it will not be recast. When Don Cheadle stepped in for Terrence Howard, Terrence Howard was reportedly very unpleasant to work with, had extraordinarily high salary demands, and was just, I think, mostly just like a pill. Like, nobody wanted to work with him. So, was recast for Don Cheadle, and I think that was trading up all around, personally. I cannot envision, like, I very much agree with Drienne. I would prefer not to see character or actors recast unless it's absolutely necessary. And in this case, I cannot envision them recasting that part with anyone. And I can't imagine an actor taking it. Like, I don't want to, like, project forward on, like, I'm just saying that, like, I cannot envision an actor that would say, I want my big break on the silver screen to be stepping into Chadwick Boseman's role. Now, if the mantle of Black Panther is passed on to a new character, that's very different. What I'm talking about is being the actor who we're just going to address as King T'Challa, as though he was like that. I'm not saying that I would judge someone harshly if they took a career opportunity of a lifetime. I am saying that it is very difficult for me to envision somebody wanting to do that, given how impactful Chadwick Boseman and his character was. Like here's like we're basically at the end of the stream here, but one of the things that I did not know until afterwards was that the insistence on having T'Challa, I hope I have the right name. I hope I'm not addressing like his father's name, because it's been a while since I've seen Black Panther as well. But the insistence upon having an African accent or like a regional dialect that sounds like it's from Africa was Chadwick Boseman. That was not set in stone, and that he had to fight for that. And he said, an American accent doesn't make any sense, and a British accent, this was Chadwick Boseman speaking, a British accent would speak to a history of colonialism, and if Wakanda has never been conquered, if Wakanda has never been colonized by any external forces, it doesn't make any sense to have like a British accent or any other European accent. It must be... like the people of Wakanda must speak with a voice that is true to Africa. And the fact that that was something that he fought for, that he won, and that he had put that much thought into what is true to the character and the backstory and the lore here, he cared so much about that character. And I've said what I had to say about it. So it is heartening to hear that they are not going to attempt to recast, but will be finding a new way forward. And I hope that they do, because I very much would have wanted to see more Black Panther. I can say that I would have if the way that they decided to move forward is, I do not remember the character's name, or the actress's name. Oh no, it's completely fallen out of my head. Someone's going to say it and post it, and then I'm immediately going to feel bad. But the same woman who played Michonne in The Walking Dead, what on earth is her name? Sir, I hate it when a name drops out. But if they sort of like found any excuse in the world to pass the mantle to her, that would be awesome. I'd be so on board with that. So the character's name is General Okoye, if I'm saying that correctly. And Dran, like somebody will probably post, I know her name. Oh, I talked so much about her when she was in Michonne. Totally blanking on the name. Dran says, I hope it passes to his sister. And Azric says there are plans / talks for the mantle to be passed to Shuri. Okay, and I think that's his sister, isn't it? Which by storyline follows the lore and comics, as she did get into the comics. Okay, that would be Denal Guerrera. Okay, there we go. Yes, that is correct. Okay, yeah, I'd be cool with that. I thought I heard something about the actress who plays T'Challa's sister, Shuri, acting in a regrettable way on social media, but I could be mistaken on that, and please do not, I'd much rather be wrong on that. Let me know, because as a character, I very much like Shuri's contributions. That she was the like high-level scientist who was it speaks to Wakanda, doesn't it? That it's a technologically sophisticated society, and that a member of the royal family would be actively contributing to that and advancing the science, and be so heavily involved in the development of the improvement of the Black Panther armor and stuff like that. That would be very cool if that's the direction that they went to. I like the idea of Denal Guerrera. I think Danielle Guerrera. I'm trying to think of how I've heard it pronounced, but only because I know that she's got the action chops, that she can pull that off. She learned it there's many different types of acting. There's voice acting, there's motion capture acting, there's stunt acting, there's acting. I don't know what you would call delivering lines of dialogue like you're Bradley Cooper or whatever. But Danelle Guerrera has demonstrated an affinity for all of the different types of acting that I think would make her a fantastic Black Panther. Shuri, I know that she can deliver dialogue. I know that she's a very likable and sort of charismatic actress. I haven't seen a lot of like action sequences out of her. If she can sell those, awesome. If not, I hope they have a good stunt double, because I would be very comfortable if that's the direction that they went with. Azric says her name is, and I'm very concerned about mispronouncing, Tatisha? Probably Tatisha, right? And I've not heard of her doing anything strange on social media. So pencil that in as apocryphal information, and I could be wrong. It's one of those things where also the idea of, or the definition of strange on social media, I've seen be very elastic, ranging from people that we've seen who have blown up and gotten weirdly transphobic or homophobic or like just really hateful on the internet, versus someone who has said something that is completely banal, and disinterested actors on the internet, on Twitter, will simply choose to take in its most absurd and insulting way. So I have no idea what she was accused of, and we will, or Letitia. Okay, so Letitia. So Drienne is saying that she was accused of things, including a transphobic remark. I know nothing about it, and I want to have 0% responsibility for mobilizing anyone against anyone on a story I know nothing about. So in retrospect, if I had that moment to live over again, I would have said I've heard nothing at all, because the internet's so reactionary sometimes, and I don't want to have any part of that. So hopefully those stories are wildly overblown, and she'll be a great Black Panther, and we will look forward to that. Also, the television series sounds very exciting, because a story about a character, I think, like, can be thoroughly explored over a series of movies. And I very much like the way that Black Panther was introduced in Civil War, that it was an opportunity to use the events of that movie as a springboard to introduce a new character, bring him and make him an interested actor into the fold, and to give motivation for this previously reclusive and isolationist Kingdom of Wakanda to become, to come into the spotlight. Like, you can see all of those seeds being sown first in that, and then reaped in Black Panther, of we can no longer sit idly by. The world needs us, and we need the world. And I thought that was very well delivered on. However, to further deliver on the backstory of Wakanda as a nation, I feel like a television series would be ideal for that. I would love to see that. So I have saved the game. We're going to exit back to the main menu, and then we're going to find somebody fun to raid. So let me just read through. Apparently she retweeted a religiously centric. So I will look into that and deliver on that, because it's the apparentlys that I'm concerned about, because, like, we are recording this one day after a high-profile Twitter personality was chased off the medium altogether, chased off the platform altogether, and frankly, I'm still trying to piece together even why. And I like having conversations here that are about fun multimedia stuff and television series and movies and stuff like that. And when I feel like I know enough about a topic, I am 100% ready to jump in with my takes and go into, I don't even want to pull up like a fake example right now, or even a real example. People have heard me on occasion go off on topics like, in my opinion, the totally unexplainable and indefensible levels of police violence we saw against Black Lives Matters protesters last summer. And we actually did a whole stream about that at one point, because I was so distressed by what we were seeing night after night after night after night after night for weeks at a time on the national news media, that just pointed their cameras at what was happening on American streets, and time after time after time again, it was the police marching on and brutally... I didn't want to get into this topic, so we're going to move away from that. When I feel like I have sufficient information at my fingertips, I am more than happy to share my thoughts on that, and in this case, I just know too little about this situation to say anything about this actress. If those reports are substantiated, or if it turns out that she has decided to double down, as so many people do for some reason, then I will hold forth on that. But until then, I will keep my counsel and advise others to become educated and not to rush to snap decisions based on sometimes incomplete reports, because I see that swing both ways. I see it take too long to deal with absolute, unmistakable, outright hate speech, and then I see sometimes there be too quick a rush to judge on something that turns out to be willfully, vindictively taken out of context, or so old as to have no longer reflected that person's beliefs anymore, to not reflect other good works that they've done in the past. It's complicated, man. I want to have a cool stream where we can enjoy horse riding cowboy adventures and not get into the business of condemning others that I don't know and know little about. So that's my take on that. Anyway, we are going to go find somebody fun to raid. Thank you so much to Azric. Azric, I think during the time that you were away, we talked a whole bunch about Superman and stuff. I would be happy to revisit that topic with you again, because we talked a lot about what I think is important for the character, what I think makes the character work, and some of the ways in which I don't feel like that vision has been delivered on in some of these recent movies. But I have not seen the Zack Snyder cut, so maybe that is fixed. Shadow, again, congratulations on the gift sub from Tashir. Hope to see you again around someday. Yes, we will retouch upon it at some point in the future. Also, on our way out, please check out our About page for many of the exciting people that we like to follow here on Twitch. In addition to the names that you see there, please do check out folks like Azric. Papa Lotko is not streaming at this time because she has contracted COVID, a fact that I would only share because she announced as such on Twitter. Whether you follow her or not, whether you are familiar with Papa Lotko or not, if you could take a moment to look up her Twitter feed at PAPULATKO and send her best wishes. Even just a like on a tweet can mean so much, especially if you're feeling down. Blobbity Blah was in earlier and agreed to pass along the message, but I do hope that everybody will take that opportunity. You know, we're going to go out on that, because normally I'd like to take a lot of opportunities to shout out some of the people that aren't on our About page, only because of space and maintenance concerns, not because their quality is any less. So in place of doing longer shout outs for so many others, let's maybe leave on, please go check out Papa Lotko, check out her channel, check out her Twitter feed, send her best wishes. We hope that she feels better very soon. And with that, oh, and Drian, or Mia, thank you so much for putting up the link to her Twitter feed, so that hopefully people will check that out. And Patikin just says that he just got a win, and if we stop his stream, he was about to end playing too. So good timing all around. Okay, let's go find somebody fun to raid, and we'll see you guys again as early as tomorrow, but then perhaps on Monday for some more streaming adventures. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.